The following live stream may include adult language and themes. How can we know for sure? Hasn't happened yet. Anyway, viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, welcome to the May edition of Once Upon a One Shot, where we bring games for you guys to play and to watch and to have a good time. We do this every month. It's our monthly thing. That's what doing it every month means. You should go back and check out some of the other entries in the series. It tends to be a favorite, and we have lots of players here with us today. 5 players, 5 adventurers, 5 souls about to be taken on a journey. Bellamy, Kay, Meg, James, and introducing Andrew. Well, Bellamy, no, this is you new too. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
this
so
is my first
excited
time as
to
well.
do this, y'all. Well, I'm very excited because we are playing the Alien RPG. And for those of you who are not in the know, Alien happens to be my favorite movie of all time. I often boast that I know more about the xenomorph than American history. Is that obsessive fandom or a failure of the American education system? Probably a little bit of both. But we're here tonight to play this game, and I'm just all titter-pated about it. I think first things first, let's do some introductions, introduce our players and the characters that we are playing, and you can say whatever you would like to say about that character. We're gonna start. We'll put them on the spot. Newcomer to the channel that I've been trying to get to play for so long. Andrew, why don't you start us off?
Hi, I am Andrew. I am playing Toby Catchmore, pilot extraordinaire. I was a rich kid that found his way into the deep, dark world of military salvage. Glad to be here.
Classic story. Meg.
Hi, I'm Margaret Alice. My friends call me Meg, so you can too. I'm playing Mallory, a science officer here on behalf of the company.
All right. James.
Hi, I'm James. I'm playing Wallace Lafayette, company agent. Stay loyal to the company, and good things will happen. Stay calm. Stay productive.
Good man.
Do you
Kay.
have a French accent?
No, not for this character.
Hey, I'm Kay. I will be playing Steve. He is a Colonel Marine, and he just really wants to get out of this lifestyle. However, the company is the company.
And bring us home, Bellamy.
My name is Bellamy Eve, and I'm playing Natalie Charlie Charles, who is a roughneck, trying to outrun grief by welding shit. How well is that working? Who can say?
All right. Well, the 5 of you have been brought on, contracted by the Weyland-Yutani company to go on this mission. Currently, you are aboard the USCSS Peregrine, which if you turn our attention to Roll20, you can see what this ship looks like. This is a 88C Bison class ship. If you are familiar with the Alien films, it's very similar to the Nostromo, a large, basically a space truck that is used for long distance hauling. This one is a little more sophisticated, been outfitted and augmented and upgraded and updated. It is captained by Captain Aurelia Voss. Andrew, I believe your character, the 2 of you have probably been flying this ship together for a long time. You're a total gearhead. This ship's your baby. But at the moment, the 5 of you, along with the captain and the ship's cat, and the ship's engineer, are currently in cryo sleep in a series of pods as the ship is speeding off to destinations somewhat unknown. You have left from the furthest most station on the outer edge of the middle heavens, the core worlds, the center of our solar system, and you are headed to a system that is uninhabitable. At least that is what everybody says about this system. After who knows how long, I wanted to sit down maybe and figure out how long the journey was actually going to be, but then I got a headache. So you have been flying for probably at least several weeks. We're not going to do any of the belaboring of after effects of cryo sleep that this game absolutely has. I don't want to start everybody off completely debilitated. We will build up to that. But the pod's automated system kicks on as the Peregrine has reached the proximity edge close to its target destination, the Reliquary, an old Weyland-Yutani station, an orbital station that orbits a planet called 4-on-5. The pods open up, the lights kick on, and who wants to wake up first?
Well, I assume I'm already awake
Why do you assume that?
because I don't need to sleep. And someone's got to guard the pods.
Oh no, you were put in a pod.
Oh, okay.
It maintains comfort among the crew. It's something that Captain Voss insisted on.
I see.
Besides,
Pull my
he
lid back
also-
down so I can get snooze.
Whenever the confrontation originally happened, he jokingly said that Jackson could do a fine job of guarding the pods, Jackson being the name of the ship's cat.
Yeah. All right.
Is the
It is
cat
also-
waking us up individually?
Yes, the cat. The cat probably comes to Toby's pod first, having
the
the most familiarity. The captain's pod is not actually in this chamber. The captain's pod is in the captain's room, the captain's quarters. So he is not among you.
I see.
I'm gonna snuggle down with Jackson and hit the snooze button.
Okay. The door halfway closes, and the lights in your pod dim ever so slightly. What's everybody else doing?
Waiting to be woken up by the cat, I guess.
No, you're
Charlie
awake.
wakes up just like clutching the dog tags around her chest and like bolts up and then has to remember where she is before getting ready to get out of the pod and probably go check on the ship's engine and whatever else needs. You said the engineer's name is Kiara?
Yes, there is an engineer aboard. She is among you as well. She has woken up and stretched and is already headed towards her locker and started to put her coveralls on.
I will
Yes.
follow suit in that case.
Did
Steve
the
knows the
pod
drill.
door
He's
open all
up.
the way before you bolted up, or did you hit your head?
Go ahead, Steve. The pod bay door was open. Go ahead, Steve.
Let's start this
Steve-
game off with a head injury.
Please, I think that's the way to start this game. You don't get enough injury during it. Steve knows the drill. He's up. He's at his locker. Coveralls on. Going to check in with the captain.
Go ahead, Lafayette.
Now just steps out of the pod. Oh, who do I gotta kill to get a shower in this place?
Killing anyone
Anyone.
aboard the ship would be highly inadvisable.
That would. Okay, all right, Mallory. Well, we'll get you used to idioms at some point, I think.
From down one of the adjacent corridors, if this were a normal like D&D session, I would probably ask for perception checks here. But we'll just say that everybody can smell the smell of coffee coming from down the one of the adjacent corridors, and you hear a voice shout out to you. There are showers in the adjacent crew quarters. Good morning, sunshines. And around the corner comes Captain Aurelia Voss. He is wearing a robe that is red and blue, a pair of Weyland-Yutani standard issue boxer shorts, and an Aspen beer t-shirt. He's carrying a tray with some clear glass coffee mugs. Here we are. Everybody grab a cup.
I was sent to get my cup for me.
What?
I'm gonna send the cat to get my cup of coffee for me.
Jackson hops out of your pod and just comes over and is just in total snuggle mode around the captain's feet.
I'll train you one day.
Oh, sorry, man. He was keyed on me whenever the company sent him along. How did everybody sleep?
Fabulous.
You know.
I'm ready to take over this
Charlie will
ride.
take a cup of coffee and thank him.
Absolutely, absolutely. Lord knows I need it. All right. What are we doing here? He says, eyeing Lafayette with something that would probably be akin to, he doesn't like you.
What? Doing, work for the company, as it were.
Mm-hmm. What did they tell you about this little endeavor? Anything?
Company property on a derelict station that we need to go acquire.
Right. What about the rest of you? Any details worth sharing with the group?
Did we not get any sort of mission briefing before we left?
Yeah, you did. Everybody got the document that I put in the chat, and that would basically be what everybody got. And Lafayette,
Is this a pop quiz?
Voss knows.
Shouldn't you be asking you that?
I just like to see how everybody responds after the deep sleep. Make sure none of your synapses have any freezer burn. All right. He walks over to a panel near one of the walls that has these PDTs, these data terminal pads. He pulls one out and starts typing on it. All right, we are in System LZ-104, Jericho's Bend, Binary Star System, Deep Frontier. Anything here worth note? Oh boy, that planet sure does get hot during the day. What's so special about this station, company boy?
It has company property on it.
Oh, right, of course. Well,
Admirable focus. I enjoy that.
there are a handful of standard issue excursion packs in the lower deck. I suggest you all find yours. That will be the packs that have the gear that you characters would use on the mission. Toby, once you are done getting dressed and getting your particulars together, no time for a shave, head up to the cockpit and bring us in. Let's do a flyby sweep.
You read my
And
mind.
drop a couple of the drones. And at that point,
Double drone. Got it.
he walks up the hallway, headed towards the... What happened to Meg's light?
I don't know. We must have a power failure on the ship, and now I'm green. Ooh, that's too much.
That's not an omen at all. I don't believe in this.
I don't like
No.
this. You guys.
Already? All right, so Voss heads
So,
up to the cockpit along with Toby. The there are some very large solar shutters that kind of cover the large, what would be considered, I guess, like the windshield. There isn't any wind in space, though. The shutters open up, and in the distance, there is a storm-racked world. Once again, turning our attention to Roll20 with a large space station in upper orbit. Contrary to the way the image looks, it isn't quite that cattywampus. It is actually oriented to where the main rotation platform is parallel to the planet's surface. There aren't a whole lot of lights that are on, but there are some. You can definitely make out some emergency beacons. Ahead of the ship, you see 2 drones zip out that have flown out from these compartments on the top of the Peregrine. And as they get closer to the Reliquary, they start doing circles around it. It takes a while. I'm not saying they're like zipping around the whole thing, but that is what they appear to be getting in the process of doing. All right, that should give us a tack scan. It's going to take a minute, though. Station's big. So what are we looking for on there?
Company property.
Got company line, company line, company line. We know what we're going to get out of you, my man.
All right. Making me work.
I'm
Charlie
interested
kinda
in
like
seeing-
looks.
Look, we all work for the company here, right? We don't need to be
That's
testy.
cool.
We're just
No, I'm just establishing we don't need to ask you any other questions. I'm interested in it. If any part of this place is still alive and interesting.
Wow, me too, Toby. Me too. Any
Well,
other
I'd
thoughts?
probably take an inference from the name of the station as to if there's anything still alive there.
Let's
Right,
see.
there's a whole place, you know. There's a heart to a reliquary. I can find that. Don't we?
Mallory, you're one of the companies, yeah? What can you tell me about the station?
While we're waiting for Mallory to chime in while she's gathering her thoughts, I'm going to push one of those drones just a little closer to the surface, see if we can get any faint readings.
Did you
All right,
ask me a
good.
question?
I did.
I'm sorry. I did not hear my name at all. Can you
I
ask
called.
me
Well,
again?
I called you Mallory because that's your character's name. I'm sorry.
That's what I meant. I just didn't hear her name. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm too caught up in the verbal sparring that I never knew I needed between Andrew and James.
I got you. Oh, I was anticipating it. He asked you for whatever technical information the company may have given you about the reliquary.
Oh, one moment. Let me access that information. I mean, let me search my memory.
Andrew, I think that's a good opportunity for a roll, right? What would that be? Comtech, I guess? Or
Yeah,
piloting?
Comtech is the
Or piloting? You're good at both of those.
finessing drones. Yeah, it's finessing
Yeah.
drones, so I mean Comtech.
Comtech makes sense. Yeah, give us a roll. Let's see.
While they're talking about all this science shit, I'm just gonna kind of give Steve a look and say, "Hey, we're just here to haul what needs to be hauled, right?"
Yeah, we're here to haul, but you know, we gotta see what these two end up doing. I'm scared. I don't know what. Stay back, grab shit. You know the vibe.
Steve, how perceptive is Steve?
I feel like he's been in the game a long time, but I feel like he's on the
How
cusp
old
of.
is Steve?
How old is
Listen,
he?
this man is burnt out.
Would
He's
Steve
probably-
have known? Michael, do you think Steve could have known?
So Steve, if at any point Kay, you can make this decision for your character. If
Yeah.
at any point Steve notices Charlie's dog tags, they would be familiar to you.
I think
you also
yeah.
remember Voss.
yes. I would say I did not interact with Voss yet. It was be like, we'll
Yeah,
go
that
see
makes
how
sense.
long this can go unless I need to.
Okay.
And I think Steve's probably clocked the dog tags, but hasn't wants to also see how that plays
Okay.
out.
Okay. So Andrew, you had a success. Oh, go ahead, Meg.
I'm so sorry. You can resolve that first if you want. I just wanted to ask the information that I have. Is that the thing that we're supposed to be obtaining? That's what I'm not clear on how to answer the question yet.
He's just asked you what's the deal with this station and he knows you're the android, so that he just wants to know what information you were given about the station.
And I'm asking you what
And
information.
what information have I given you? So it's either the document I sent you individually or the document from the group chat.
Well, that's so many places to look, Michael. I have what you sent me individually was the information on gloss. But
That's
it did
fine.
not
Yeah, go for it.
include any information on is there a gloss on this station? Is that what
Yes.
things were okay. That's what I was not clear on, because it's literally just information on gloss. It doesn't say you're trying to retrieve this, you know.
You're not. I mean, that's not necessarily what the company told you. Look at the missive.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's okay. That's
where
okay.
is that?
That's all right. Can one of you guys pin that in the chat?
Oh,
What missive? Which? In the
I got-
briefing? What are we talking about?
Yeah, the briefing. But yeah, the information that I'm trying to get is the gloss information. That's what I was vying for there.
Well, that's
I
what I thought. I
replied
just
to
didn't
it.
know how to put it into context. If it's something that we are trying to obtain,
Yes. So
that is-
I don't know that you're trying to obtain it. That's not what I'm asking. That's not what he asked. Just tell them about the gloss, because the gloss is on the station.
Okay. Well, I can tell you then that the station contains a gloss, a gravitational lock orbital synchronizer, a precision engineered orbital maintenance system designed for long-term geosynchronous alignment with a fixed surface installation under extreme environmental conditions. Originally deployed in volatile Class 7 storm bands, GLOSS ensures sustained orbital fidelity, enabling narrowband uplink with remote planetary facilities otherwise cut off due to atmospheric interference. GLOSS was prototyped under Weyland-Yutani Deep Space Survey Logistics and has since been deployed across 9 off-world research and extraction stations. Systems like GLOSS are rare due to their complexity and risk. Most installations rely on dump stabilizers and accept blackout intervals. This model uses predictive gravimetric mimicry, a technique where orbital behavior is subtly tuned to mirror subterranean tectonic shifts, maintaining stable spatial echo and laser anchoring. Such fidelity enables long-duration station planet telemetry without satellite relay chains. GLOSS systems are flagged for inspection if reactivation occurs after extended dormancy due to high AI core drift probability. So I'm guessing this one has been flagged.
So that's why the station kicked back on.
Yes.
Now you're making me hot with all that talk. We gotta call HR.
I was waiting for someone to cut me off, but you never did. Thanks for listening.
Oh no, just more.
No,
I want
wanted
to give you
know
one of
more.
those.
I wanted to know all that.
That sounds
So,
great. Dibs on the first touch of that thing.
Two things. So this system, this gloss, that is why the station has been kicked back on, presumably.
Yes, the GLOSS system reactivated after a long period of dormancy, which flagged the company to the activity.
Yeah, looking at the company report, they lost contact with the station 30 years ago. But hold on, now it's a geosynchronous orbital technology. So there's another station on the surface.
There must be. That's how GLOSS systems work.
Huh.
But didn't you say that the surface is too hot for people?
I mean, I guess it could be subterranean. This technical readout says the subsurface temperatures are nominal, but I mean, none of the scans can get through the storm layer. The upper atmosphere is too highly charged.
The surface stations are specifically designed to withstand extreme environmental conditions. I'm not sure that they would necessarily need to stay manned once operational.
Are we going down there?
Well, we have been told to get to the Reliquary.
Directives are specifically
That's
to
where we're gonna go first.
sweep
But
the Reliquary.
First.
I have to admit, I am curious.
So am I. So am I.
So, give me a broadband suite. Let's see if we can get any signals from the surface. Give me another contact, somebody. Science officer.
I got
You could probably you're. I would say that we have been like when we are contracted on ships, we are tasked with certain posts on that ship. So I'd say that if there are any of these skills that your characters can feasibly do, feel free to go for it.
Mallory, you feel like crunching a little code? You want to take care of that?
Yeah, let's see what I rolled. This is in my way.
Very high contact score.
While you are rolling that, let's resolve the piloting, the contact roll from earlier. So you're able to get those drones pretty close to the surface, and right out the gate, the first thing that the drones pick up is that the outer airlock, or the outer door to the flight deck where ships come and go, is closed, and the outside terminal is damaged.
Is that the only one it picks up? The only entrance?
That is the only entrance that the ship could feasibly get in. There are a number of. They're actually right along nearby is a port door that somebody could take a walk.
So I'm going to program the ship's telemetry to start crunching the calculations that we would go to get that thing should we decide to.
Okay. The ship will kind of match the rotation of the station as it autopilots in a little bit. What do we got?
Autopilot? No, that's me. I'm doing it.
I mean, you have told it what to
I've
do.
turned that off at this point.
Right.
This is the reminder that Once Upon a One Shot is also a teaching series. A lot of times people have not played before, and a lot of times the game master has not run the game before. I've only played this system once. It's asking, and I did all my rolls physically then, so I haven't used Roll20 before. It's asking me about dice to add or subtract to my contact roll. Can you remind me what that means, or if there's anything that I need to put in there?
You shouldn't have anything.
Add it unless there's a skill.
Unless there's a skill or a piece of tech that adds a die to it.
3 successes. Wow.
How would I know?
Well, I knew I should trust you. I knew it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you look at the skill, the things that you chose will list if it's a thing or not, and the gear that you chose will list what.
As an example, I have a talent that lets me use. I can roll manipulation with wits instead of empathy.
Sure.
So my wits is a 5 and my empathy is a 4. I can add 1 extra dice because otherwise the sheet's just going to do the 4 from empathy.
Okay.
Yeah, or like when I use a cutting torch, I can add +2 to heavy machinery. But it takes 1 power.
These are not the things that I have. If we analyze anything in particular, I'm your gal.
Okay, so you don't want to do the contact roll?
No, I do. I still got 3 successes.
I got you.
Making sure I understood the mechanics of knowing why there wasn't anything to add or subtract.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Cool deal. Well, 3 successes is very successful. This is kind of a I hope that you get more successes on other rolls, because you don't really pick up anything from the planet's surface. There is a very faint radio signal coming from the station itself, but it is not a high enough frequency for the Peregrine to pick up. And preliminary readings from a distance that are also now coming in from the drones and from the ship's sensors that show that the station is only at about 35% power. It has atmospherics. O2 is good in most levels. There is some leak in a few levels, and the ship is experiencing power fluctuations, gravity fluxes, and the AI core is damaged. And that's just what that's just the stuff you can learn from outside the ship, from outside the Reliquary.
And the AI
Alright.
mind core is connected to the gloss. So that could be an issue. Right?
Well,
The
cross
way
that
that
About the
bridge.
nature of the damage.
Yeah,
No. It looks maybe like overheat, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to tell from here. Well, we're supposed to get aboard, so
Let's go.
let's see. Trying to get, doesn't look like the docking bay doors are responding. Oh man. Well, we're gonna have to take a walk.
If we get in there physical, you think we can get them open with our hands?
Potentially, yeah. There should be a manual override just inside. If we don't have enough suits for everybody, I only got 5 suits. But
I can try to repair the door.
all
And
right,
if not, I can try and open it.
all right. If the two of you want to get suited up,
I'm happy to sit here and wait.
we will fire out a guideline and get that magnetically clamped to the surface so y'all don't go drifting off into the cold depths of space. Cool.
Great.
Sounds good.
Steve, you ready for a walk?
Let's go.
All right, so you guys would head down. You would know where to go because you have been on this ship for a minute now. You head to this circular room that's sort of on the underside of the ship, and there are these large little glass door lockers with these crazy, looks like diver suits, these EVA deep space suits. I can't remember, and Meg has the book, but they're the kind that are meant for like salvage teams. So you guys can get suited up. And yeah, a line gets magnetically launched. Fired is probably too strong a word, but it drifts lazily and clamps gently to the surface of the reliquary. You know what? Let's make that a ranged thing. Toby, fire that cable. Let's see how close to the door you can get it.
While he's doing that, do you want to remind us, Michael, of what we mean when we're talking about successes, what exactly we're rolling?
So the way that core mechanics of the dice work is you have a pool of dice that you roll. So you roll a number of dice for the attribute, plus your skill, plus any bonus you get from a piece of gear, which is kind of what was explained by the various examples from the character sheets. If you get 0 successes, so 6s are successes. Multiple 6s, you can do stunts. So technically, with that Comtech roll, you should have been able to do stunts, but there's not really any signals for you to do stunts with. So that's why I say I hope you get more of those later, because I don't want it to feel wasted. If you get 0 successes, a player can push, and you can re-roll any. That means re-roll any non-6s, but you gain a stress. Stress also get added into the roll, and that can eventually lead us to panic and make us generally just not as good at the things that we are supposed to be good at.
Like like running
Yes,
away
Andrew.
from big aliens.
Right? Yes.
Can Meg stock a success for later using her extra successes?
You know
Great
what? That's a
question.
great idea, and I will be kind and say yes, just because I don't.
Yeah,
want
I think it was in the rules. I didn't know if we do it like
Yeah,
that.
I saw that as a thing because for campaign play, and yeah, I that's a good idea. Thank you for that reminder.
So since I had 3, how many do I need to get all of that information that you gave me? How many am I stacking?
You have. What do you mean? You don't. The information.
It's anything
that I
over
gave
your
you-
first success.
Anything over, yeah.
Okay, so I have 2.
So 2. You have 2.
Great. Awesome.
So yeah, my fire and arm is asleep. That's the last thing I wakes up. So yeah, you guys gotta do a little work on that, but at least I got it on the space station. So small victories,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, small victories.
Yes, at least it's attached. Let's go.
It's attached.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is at least it's attached. If they're already failing.
God damn it, Jackson! You distracted me,
Good
Jackson.
enough.
Stop it.
Yeah.
What's that about any landing you can walk away from?
Yeah.
So we'll say that because of the nature of this drift, and there is some electromagnetic phenomena going on because this station is fairly close to the upper orbit of this upper atmosphere of this planet. That the magnet tether got veered off a little bit, and you've got about a 15-meter crawl once you get to the station. So yeah, let's what's do the spacewalk? What's the spacewalk?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have let you keep the book.
Do you need it? Do you need it? I'll bring it to you.
It's okay. It's okay.
Are you
It's just
sure?
because I know exactly where all the stuff is.
Yeah, let me
It's
bring
fine.
it to you then.
No.
You can just tell me.
You're good. You're good. It's okay.
This is the book, by the way, if you guys are
It's
interested. in...
so cool. It's from Free League. The artwork is incredible.
That's all.
It's an
very-
awesome book.
It's so good and very much inspired me with the artwork that I have done for
There you go.
Is it
There you go.
auto copyright blurring you? That's smart. Sort of smart.
Also, there's just so much information in that book.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's really neat.
Look how thick it is.
Dense.
An alien
It's like a
encyclopedia.
400 plus page PDF.
There's not really anything that I need you guys to roll to get over there. It's really once you're there. So you guys are able. Is there any conversation happening while we're getting our big, heavy, complicated spacesuits on?
Not unless Steve initiates it.
Since we're still on the ship, I'm not going to at this moment.
Ooh.
Maybe
Did you say
once
anything
more.
during our little walk?
Maybe
Well,
during our
Lafayette-
walk.
Lafayette will pop
Or-
in while you guys are putting your things on, and he says, "Now, do remember that if something goes wrong out there, to talk over your headsets, because as far as I understand, out there no one can hear you scream. So
Yeah, company man.
okay,
Yeah.
good
You got it,
job.
boss.
I have complete trust in the two of you.
You
Mhm.
big nerd.
Lafayette, get out of the
moment
dressing
you
room.
Step off
What are you
that
doing?
ship comes off.
Comms off. Or like close range comms
Well-
only.
At least comms to the ship I'm leaving. Me and Charlie's comms open because I go.
Mhm.
So, do you know like who I am? Do you know who like that captain is? Like, what information do you already have?
You worked with my dad, right?
For a
Before
time?
he got killed. That's all I really know.
Voss back there, the guy that's leading us into this mission currently. I can't believe I got stuck with this guy again after all the shit that he's done. Most of our team did not make it back. I was one of the lucky few.
I'm aware.
But I don't know if it's just the missions they send him on. or the way he captains missions, just watch your back.
I'll watch yours as well.
I appreciate it. I got you, kid.
No one really looks out for the muscle heads.
So the two of you you have hooked your harnesses, these big carabiner strap things to this, basically this big thick braided polycarbonate cable, and you cycle the airlock doors. It opens up, and you are crawling along hand over hand through the vacuum of space. And when you get to the surface of the ship, you're able to crawl along it takes you a minute, but you get over to the main doors. And now we're going to need to try to get the door open. So I believe this is
when we're working on opening the door, and I know that like the ship can't hear us. I'm gonna ask Steve. Did anyone ask you about this job before you took it?
Listen, I just get jobs, honestly. Like I don't know a lot going into them, but honestly, between you and me, I hope I can get out of this job after this one.
I think maybe, but you didn't. No one contacted you or anything.
I mean, I got contacted how, like, you know, all of us get contacted. You just kind of, they give me what they want to give me. I'm basically just as much of a company man as that man that tells us the same thing. He tells us the same thing every 5 seconds. I don't listen to him.
Protect the asset.
Protect the company.
Honor the secrets.
The company does not protect us. Why should I protect it?
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to roll something to get this door open?
I'll do it.
Do you want to try to fix the door first, or?
Yes, yeah. See if you can.
Yeah, I can try to fix the door.
It is damaged, and opening it would probably be a lot easier if it wasn't damaged.
Cool, I can try to fix it. I assume I would have my cutting torch by now.
Yeah, you would. When the gear was all down with the spacesuits, so we'll say that the two of you geared up.
So would this be a heavy machinery check?
Yeah, let's do a heavy machinery check. Play to everybody's strengths for the time being.
3 successes.
Wow.
Nice. So you can pull some stunts. What does that even
Hell yeah, brother.
mean?
What does
I don't think there's stunts for skill checks.
There's not stunts for skill checks. It's just in combat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure.
Or fancy
Oh no,
flying.
You can stunt up.
So all right, so your stunts for it is anything. It's all of the skills get stunts. So you can +1 to a later related roll. You can no need to roll again for this exact situation. So like if you have to open another door later, or fix another door later, you will be able to do that without having to roll. You can do it in half the usual time. You can break it permanently. You can act quietly, or you can show off your fancy plasma cutter skills. I love that show off is one of the.
So I have 2 stunts. I would love to make it so if we come across any broken doors, I don't have to roll, and I would like to be able to do it in half the normal time as well.
Okay.
So any broken door we come across gets fixed like that.
I feel like we're gonna hit that at least one other time.
Yes. Being trapped in a room with a xenomorph, worst nightmare. We are opening the door right now.
All right, so yeah, you get the door open. When you go inside, I'm gonna, because it's attached, we're gonna say that the getting the panel fixed to get the main door open up isn't. I'm not gonna make you spin that immediately because I don't feel like that would be super nice. Yeah, Toby, give us a piloting roll. Let's finesse this thing into the hangar.
Come on, Captain. Hold on, everybody. And that you don't need to.
Hey!
you go.
2 successes. You got a stunt too. So you have a +1 to a later related roll, or you can just show off.
I can't wait to be.
I'm gonna show off right now.
Yeah, okay. Give it to us. Give it to us.
I'm taking a Rin and I'm gonna give it a barrel roll. I'm gonna give it at least a 720, and I'm gonna end up lining straight parallel with that thing. But you don't think it's gonna work, right? I'm going so fast. You don't think it's gonna work.
Charlie says to Steve,
Charlie and I
this
go,
guy's going to
so glad
fucking
you're here."
crash.
I'm so
This
glad
guy's
you
gonna
aren't
crash
tonight,
right now and we're gonna get stuck here.
Just
I'm
watch
so
me.
glad.
Just watch me. Silence and watch. Silence and watch.
Yeah, so the 2 of you inside the ship, the inside the reliquary, see the Peregrine zip in and twist and turn and slide into the docking cradle.
Purposely turn my comms back on and be like, damn, I'm glad I'm not in that ship right now.
Voss is sitting in his chair. He's strapped to the chair, but he's got his arms up. The cat,
Like on a roller coaster, or to brace himself?
Oh, like on a roller coaster.
Cool.
Jackson is clinging to the back of Voss's chair. What are Lafayette and Mallory doing as the ship hurtles into the hangar?
Sitting in my properly secured seat belt.
Lafayette is also oddly placid for what's going on right now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's called awe.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Indeed.
All
I
right.
think
When-
maybe
when the
Mallory
ship-
secretly thinks that it was fun. But she's not sure about that emotion or that experience, so.
That makes
Um,
sense.
Also, Michael, just a moment. Kit had a question in the chat regarding
Sure.
stress dice. Do you want to talk about that mechanic a little bit?
Yes, stress dice. How do stress dice work? So stress dice, you add basically to a roll as you are panicking more. You are getting worse at your skills. That's the idea. And when you add the stress dice to the roll, it takes away from your final score. I can probably give you a more eloquent description of how that works.
Also,
once I
it's
pull it
more
up.
dice you're rolling, so it's more chances for success too.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just more
But
chance that you
also
will
more
fuck
chances
up.
for failures, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bad failure.
Crap.
The failures are more consequential.
Yes, it basically adds stakes, more stakes to a situation. Because usually when the situation has gotten to the point where you would narratively use stress dice, it's a pretty dire situation. It's, Ripley trying to get she failed that roll when she was trying to get the thing put back in to stop the reactor from blowing up. We watched Romulus last night, and I, in my head as we were watching it, and out loud a few times, I would talk about how what was happening in the movie would pertain to the game.
It was the whole time.
I did it the whole time. I did it
It
as
was
hated
not-
it. Hated it
was
so
not
much.
a watch. It was a nerdy talk getting into the universe and how it pertains to running this system.
So, well, and I also like looking at how it was a labor of love for the Free League people, because they did a great job designing the system, using the movies as a sort of template. The movies, there's a formula, and we are still in the beginning stage here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are finally have landed on board the Reliquary. But I was going to give the stress dice breakdown, and then I think it's time for our first bathroom break. Stress dice are additional dice you roll when performing a skill check while under stress. They represent your adrenaline and heightened alertness, which can help you or hinder you. So you gain stress when you're pushing a roll, which is retrying a failed skill check, experiencing something terrifying or horrifying, seeing an ally die or panic, firing fully automatic weapons, which I think is very interesting, or sprinting in certain situations, being in a stressful scene for a prolonged period of time, example given is spacewalks or alien encounters. Each point of stress gives you 1 yellow stress die. Rolling with stress, you roll your base dice pool, which is your attribute plus your skill. You add the number of stress equal to your current stress level. Successes work as usual, 6s. Stress dice can contribute successes, so that's fun. If you roll any 1s on your stress dice, though, you must make a panic roll. And there's a whole table for what the panic roll is, and they're different depending on what the situation. So that's the quick and dirty breakdown. You can also do things to reduce your stress. So as we are getting stressed out, there are certain measures that people can take to reduce them. You just have to take those measures and be in the right place to do it. So the ship docks in the cradle, the docking cradle. It is at this point that Toby at least would notice that the captain has still not gotten dressed.
He's
assumed.
No, he's wearing his bathrobe and his standard issue Weyland-Yutani boxer shorts.
That's what I said.
And
He's the dude.
As is his right.
oh yeah. I thought you said, is he nude?
No, I
Sorry.
said, is he the dude?
In your dreams. I mean, kinda.
It's been a long night, man. I fucking hate the Eagles.
Fucking, yeah.
There's a drink here.
All right, Toby, you want to get your feet wet on this one?
I mean, I suppose that's an order, sir. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna hang out with the ship, see what the scans from the drones kick up. We can stay linked up
Okay.
on headset, and I can feed you guys any pertinent information.
Hey, keep me hot on that. I want to hear every little tidbit.
It does look like one of the freight elevators is still online. But I'm going to assume that you all know where you're going. But I'll be on comms. Everybody grab a headset. He goes over to the computer system. There's a few moments and you can hear outside the large bay doors closing behind the Peregrine after it has landed and docked. It takes a few moments, but the bay pressurizes. Charlie and Steve, as the artificial gravity kicks back on, you two would very gradually, I would think that you would know to get closer to the ground, but you land on the ground, atmospherics do kick in, the room fills with gases, and now I am going to roll something. I can't tell you what it is, though.
While everyone is kind of getting their gear together, is it possible for me to pop back onto the ship and get an extra battery for my cutting torch?
Absolutely.
Cool. I'm gonna put that in my gear.
All right. After the atmospherics have kicked on, there is a sudden, rupture in the piping that's directly above where the Peregrine docked. Some lights flash on, and an automated voice comes over the loudspeakers above you.
Mother?
Depressurization of cargo bay. All personnel, move into main facility. Depressurization of the cargo bay. All personnel, please move into the main facility.
Okay.
We gotta move. We gotta
It
move.
continues like that for a minute. Switch to a different sound. As the gas, as all of a sudden you can hear that rupture up above you, and the cargo bay starts venting its atmospherics, meaning that the oxygen is about to drop. Everybody take 1 level of stress. and get inside.
Mallory is dragging behind her a pretty large trunk. In which
A
to
pretty
gather
large
things.
what?
Trunk, in case there are physical pieces of hardware that need obtaining.
Okay.
I mean, is it
Yeah,
just
to
data?
collect. Yeah.
I'm just being ready.
Okay.
I don't know what company property might need to be back. Is it just intellectual property, or is there physical property?
Are you just gonna haul that thing around?
Yep.
Okay. As long as you are carrying it, your mobility will be hindered.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty strong.
You can carry it just fine, but you cannot run fast while you're carrying it.
Oh, sure.
It's not heavy, it's awkward.
It's awkward.
Unwieldy.
If it's big enough to like be of any use on the mission, I imagine it's like a case,
Well,
right?
should we not? Do I know for sure that it's only intellectual data that we're after?
You don't. No.
So-
You don't know exactly what you're after. No. You don't know that, and it's not really one thing that you're after. You're here to kind of ascertain what happened here, the viability of the station, the viability of the things that were going on here.
So I'm gonna at least bring it inside, and even if it stays by the door, we can bring things back to it and load it up.
Okay.
How public is Mallory, like, about being an android? Like, is that something we're all aware of?
Meg, that's your question.
So she doesn't hide it, but she doesn't flaunt it. Lafayette obviously
Okay.
knows that she is an android because we're partnered together from the company. If you
Follow-up question. Mallory's build, does it look like Mallory should be able to carry this thing with the
Great
ease that
question.
Mallory actually is?
Probably you might wonder. You're like, won't that be like, maybe when it's empty you believe it, but if it's full of heavy stuff you're gonna be like, what the?
Yeah, okay.
She does what she needs to do without being like, I'm an artificial person.
All right, Kay, what were you gonna say?
Oh, just real quick, when Charlie went in to grab the battery, I went in to just grab an empty backpack.
Yes, Andrew.
So Toby's going to pull out a shabby-looking tablet, and he's going to pull up his notes app. And he realizes he remembered he written the margin that we might be encountering biotechnological materials. So yeah, I just have a note here. I don't exactly know what that means. It's in the margins in the notes app here. But yeah, so I think that's a good idea, y'all. Keep your eyes peeled for that.
For
All right.
Exactly. Can you expound?
Oh joy.
I just wrote a note in the margin: biotechnological materials.
That part and parcel to what Weyland-Yutani is all about.
Probably
Yep.
creatures. Okay.
All
If you
right.
needed to know more about it, the company would have told you.
I don't think that's true. Company really.
Predictable.
So it is now 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and go to our first break. 10 minutes, we'll be back. Don't go anywhere. We were aboard the station, and there are booga-butts afoot.
Up in
Stay
the stress
tuned.
level, moving into terror town.
Oilers, Michael.
During the second act.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shit.
Back in 10.
Tell me your secret.
Right now?
Yeah.
I don't have a secret at the moment, but if I have one, I'll let you know.
Okay, cool. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Oh, hi, everybody. Hey.
Hey, Dr. Mike.
Oh, there's other people here.
Oh, where did
Hi.
you all
That's
come
embarrassing.
From? Oh, that's embarrassing. Welcome back, everybody. As is the custom in these parts, we hope you had a pleasant bathroom break. Lord knows I did. If you're just now joining us, where you been? We are playing the Alien RPG. Our 5 intrepid space travelers have ventured into parts unknown to find a lost Weyland-Yutani space station referred to as the Reliquary. After some initial scanning, we have learned that the station is not in great shape. Only about 35% power. It does have some atmospherics, at least most of the station does. The cargo hold no longer does. Our intrepid pilot was able to deftly navigate the ship in, and now, because of that atmospheric link, everybody has moved into the main facility off of the cargo hold, and now we are in sort of a like a maintenance, not a maintenance area. This is probably where the cargo admin people who handle like the manifests and things like that. Some little computer, some office kind of space. Yes, Andrew.
When the atmosphere was vented from the cargo bay, did any of the cargo go with it, or is it all lashed down?
None of the cargo went with it. Things did move around quite a bit, but the leak was not large enough to pull anything out.
Thank goodness.
Gotcha.
And to be clear, atmospherics leaked, not pressure. So the cabin did not depressurize. Like it's still like there's you know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, so you are in this area. There are some computers nearby. There are some maintenance stairwells and an elevator.
As part of our sort of brief, did we get any sort of like map of the station or schematic?
You did not, but because that data is not the company didn't have that data. Yes, Meg?
I was just gonna say I'm on my way to the computers to see what I can get.
Sure. Yeah. Hop on the computer. What do you want to? You want to pull up a schematic of the station?
Yes.
Yeah. Can I Mallory? If a help action is a thing? I think there was a section on it.
I have 2 help successes as well, so I may not need help, but you're welcome.
Well,
I'm just curious and getting a peek at the map too.
No, I think the situation is we can all it'll come up on a fairly large screen for everybody to see. So yeah,
you might even be able to send it to something inside your helmet.
Cool. I do think Charlie would request that.
I haven't taken mine off. I mean, I guess you can.
I still have a spacesuit on.
Yeah, if you take your helmet off, you won't be able to see the map. Sorry.
If you're still wearing your spacesuits, that is going to hinder your mobility rolls.
All right, never.
Because we are in gravity now, and the suits weigh a ton.
Okay, well, everybody take a great look, and I will have it in my brain.
Does anybody have any PDTs? I don't know what kind of. I didn't see what gear everybody took.
Link, Mega, establish a link to my PDT.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Data transmitter card does, but I do have one of those.
Yep, me too.
I forgot to get gear. It's okay.
You can do that now. It's okay. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, my gear is a blowtorch and a flashlight.
Nice.
The torch and a torch.
Hey.
Double fisting torches over here.
We got a alarmy one here, do we?
Double fisting torches would be a great name for an album.
Or a band.
A metal album, yeah. I'm gonna pull out my shabby tablet and I'm gonna flick on the Wi-Fi, see if it catches any stray networks. It's old tech, come on.
Yeah, you're right. The data transmitter cards are used for transferring audio-visual data. So the idea is that you could plug it into a terminal. It's like a floppy disk. Essentially.
Okay.
But more
5 1/4 inch.
Structurally sound than that.
Okay.
They're small, clear plastic transmitter cards that you plug into a variety of recording equipment or computers, such as built-in visual audio recorders, spacesuit helmets. They
so I could
wirelessly
use it to transmit like a message to something.
Yeah, they wirelessly transmit data to a terminal that they are synced to. This information captured by the device can be analyzed by Mother or Apollo systems or displayed on a holotab. The ship, basically all of there's going to be holotabs in any of the offices or the science areas. Any area where you would need like a screen to look at information, there will be these holotabs, which that is what we'll say is in this area now that Mallory has pulled up the schematic of the Reliquary. So turning our attention to roll 20, I have that handout if you guys want to blow up. You all are currently in the, if you zoom in, I don't know if you can actually. I don't
Yes,
think
you can.
Oh,
You
can you? Okay.
Yeah.
So down at the bottom of the map, that is where y'all are, the cargo. You are in the area just below it, which is where the admin for cargo, the administrative offices specifically for the cargo deck are. Like I said, there is an elevator nearby. What other information are you trying to get off of the computer, Mallory?
Which of the captain said one of the freight elevators was still in service. Can I tell which one?
It's this one.
Great. That's convenient.
Is it?
I mean, I don't know. I guess.
Anything else that we want to try to learn from this computer?
Mallory, could I take a quick peek at the computer for a moment?
Why don't you just tell me your question, guy?
Mallory, would you mind if I take a quick peek at the computer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mallory would comply with the company agent.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, what?
Android.
What do you? Do I just move out of the way? Like,
Yeah, just step out of the way.
Okay.
Michael, I'm gonna send you a message about what I'm looking for.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, I have something else too that I'm searching for that you know of. Will you tell me if there's anything? If the term that I'm searching comes up, Michael?
Sure. Are we searching these terms in front of everybody?
Can they see?
I mean, I'm doing it on a local terminal.
Yeah, so I guess are we trying to be quick and dirty about it? Are the rest of you being nosy, or are we looking around? What are the rest of you doing?
I'm trying to also
think-
get information off the computer or from a terminal.
There are multiple terminals in the room.
I walk up to the furthest one away from these two.
Yeah, great, awesome, so cool.
Charlie is going with Steve unless Steve makes a point of like, fuck off.
Okay, you can come with me, kid.
Okay.
I hope
You're gonna pull up the map too.
Cool. Yeah. So the two groups are looking at different maps, and what is Toby doing?
He's still trying to connect to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Does anyone know the password? Anyone?
Oh, I think it's pinned on the
Is
wall.
that an S or a dollar sign?
I know it's tricky. It's Weyland-Yutani, the letter U.
Oh.
Oh.
No, that's
There's another propaganda.
No, I flicked on the Wi-Fi, but can I clone? Can I clone one of the screens? Are you gonna get it cast over to me? Yeah.
I will say the PDT can pull the map. You could have the schematic there. Hook up. You just fuck the Wi-Fi. You have a cable that you plug into.
Yeah.
You plug in.
That always works. I'm planning a route. I'm planning a route.
Okay. Yeah, shoot me if you got private things that you want to ask me. Shoot me those things. Another fun thing that
what I asked for though, right?
Oh, are you asking me for that?
Yes.
For the one thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Password recovery protocol activated.
Okay. So one of the things that since we do talk about this part of on Once Upon a One Shot, the education, new systems. Alien really lends itself to the mystery, secretive, corporate espionage angle that the movies touch on in some respects. And there are public agendas that all of the different careers have. In this game, careers are basically classes. And they have hidden agendas, and each of the players have been given a hidden agenda in private. And one of the fun things that I like to do on this channel is I like to deafen people whenever I'm talking privately. And we determined that I can't do it on Discord. So we have to do a little bit of the honor system here. Because just always reminding players that if you try to screw me, I know all the I have all of them.
It's just me.
Just me.
It's
Just Mag. You can't deafen. I can deafen everybody else.
If I can't hear it, the stream can't hear it. That's where the audio
Makes
comes
sense.
from. So I just turned
Okay.
down my headphones.
Well, then I'll do yours first,
Okay.
and so everybody else deafen yourself on Discord. So right click, yeah, everybody good. And what I'll do this when you come back. Everybody good? Okay. So Meg, there is an error sort of message pops up, and it says level 5 black site information, data retrieval on admin level only.
Which is that the floor that we're on?
No.
No. Which was
Looking at the schematic, the admin, if you look at the schematic, the admin deck is almost at all the way at the top. Just below comms. Cool?
Yep.
All right. Now turn your headphones down. All right. I will, who I want to go to next? Kay and Bellamy Eve, you two stay with me. Everybody else deafen. Andrew, James, Meg.
Kay is still deafened.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
just us. We get to be here now.
Yeah, the two of you are here. I should have said this before I made everybody deafen. I'll smack my headphones when I want everybody to come back. Oh, no.
We're just testing. Oh
my God, that's so funny. Oh, okay. So,
I'm so terrible at this.
shut up. Okay.
Okay.
So you can tell there is a maintenance stairwell in the room that is off of this one that leads to the main engineering. The engine room would be on the engineering deck. However, the terminal, when you pull that information up, it does flash red, and it says that there is a radiation leak.
Okay.
The other question, oh my God, why does that keep happening?
Oh, so you have to go there too for your special little thing, don't you?
Yeah.
Did you lie to me? Did people get in contact with you too?
Can you be a little more specific with the second part?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know what I said. I'm gonna be so
You said weapon info?
So
Like, are you looking like where that information might be?
either where or if there's any schematics
Okay.
in the system.
Okay, so when you, I guess you do like a keyword search through the information database, and it tells you that the weapons are stored primarily in the armory on the security level, but there are also weapons in the R&D department. All technical schematics will be in the R&D department.
Okay.
The science lab, excuse me.
Okay, and then I just wanted to know where the engineering deck is. And question: within the world of like being an engineer slash roughneck, do I know how to fix a radiation leak? I will say that Charlie's highest skills are both strength and wits, and she really downplays the fact that she understands technology and like what the pilot is doing and all of the stuff with Comtech.
Okay. That's a good question. Let me think about it for just a second.
Of course.
Just James's little
He's
head bomb.
jamming.
Jamming.
I don't know that they're. I'm trying to think. Like.
I think since we're at the same terminal, I'm like looking at you and I go, listen, I got some shit I gotta take care of. You can come with me if you want. However, I'm trying to get to the engineering deck, possibly some other
Oh, you're going where
places.
the radiation is too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of an issue.
So,
Yeah.
how long have you been doing this kind of work?
Charlie is 27, so about as long, like, if you would assume basic GED and then went to a trade school, maybe 10 years?
Okay. You would have at least some ideas about how to maybe go about fixing it. You would at least know what things to check. I'm not going to say that you would know, like, I definitely can fix that, because you don't necessarily know the nature, but you would know enough to be like, I should check.
This is what I should check.
Valve, is the reactor shielding intact? You know, you would know the boxes to check off.
How to mediate the danger as best as possible.
Yeah. Will that suffice?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Charlie will say to Steve, you're not gonna snitch on company man, are you?
Oh, I don't give a fuck about that man.
Said that they're looking for a black box on here, and that it has secrets about the company, and that if I can get off with it, we might be able to bury the company and get at least like some sense of peace for the people who have been exploited by it.
I'll help you. I'm looking for weapon technologies, like prototypes, even just schematics. So we might have to hit up the armory or the science lab if we can make it.
Do you think that they'll give a shit if the mechanic and marine go check out the engineering deck and check?
I don't think so. And then we can maybe sneak off and do it with other side quests.
Yeah, just play dumb.
Yeah, I'm best at that.
Play dumb.
No good?
Awesome. Perfect.
Now you two deafen yourselves. Okay.
And we'll come back.
When I smack my headphones.
Okay.
All right. Toby, were you trying to look anything up on the computer secretly?
Am I alone?
Alone? No, you're in a big room that you could. It's dark. Again, there's only emergency lights on. I
didn't know like if we're supposed to be talking.
Oh no, we're not alone. No.
Okay. No. I'm just trying to figure out, does this freight elevator go to all levels? Is it a central shaft? Can we get to each wing from the?
Looking at the schematic, you are able to ascertain that this is the main central core elevator that you.
presumably, yeah, there may be obstructions, but
Presumably, there might be some obstructions. After all, the station has been defunct for 30 years, and something happened here. The state of the room that you're in is a mess too. There's papers and stuff everywhere. It looks like some of the levels might be inaccessible, at least from the core, from that elevator, specifically the cryo level.
I see. Right.
And the FLT, the flight control. So looking at the schematic, you would have to be able to find an alternate route, but you would need to go to an adjacent level, an adjacent deck to do so.
Yeah.
Savvy?
I suppose the only other thing I would be interested in is looking up a log history about alerts and stuff, and the relative timeline of alerts in various wings of the station.
Okay. We will revisit that here in just a minute.
Sure.
Deafen yourself now, though. And Meg, you go away. Now it's Jimmy Jam's turn.
It is.
Wait, am I not privy to his information? Okay. Bye.
Yes, there are some. The references point to specific R&D projects in the science wing, but the meat and potatoes of what you're looking for, the system would tell you, is on the admin deck.
Okay. Cool.
You good?
Yeah, that's all I need.
That was quick.
Yeah. Yep. Short and sweet. It is worth noting, everybody's with me now, right? Kay's not back.
Kay's.
Look.
There they are.
I got distracted.
It's fine. It happens to all of us.
So before you dive back in, there was another question in the chat that
Yes.
I think I know the answer to, but
Please, feel free.
no, I don't want to actually answer it.
You don't want to actually
If I was confident
answer.
in answering, I would have just put the answer in the chat. But I don't think so, right? The question is about status effects, like being poisoned, exhausted, stuff like
So no, not in that sense. Viruses, I think computer viruses. There are androids have their they have their own sort of conditions that they can be applied to them, and they have their own injury table.
Choking on white blood.
Milk blood.
milk blood.
Yeah, the basic conditions are you track your radiation level, and then the 4 conditions are either starving, dehydrated, exhausted, or freezing.
But none of those affect androids.
Boy, it's a good thing I'm not in this game in real life, because all those things, all the time.
It is worth noting that environmental is not a primary system, so the station is cold. I would think that because we know we're on the type of mission we're on, we probably are wearing appropriate gear for that, but just in case anyone was curious.
Well, now that we're all done snooping through the company's systems, perhaps we could go to the administrative deck and see if we could learn more about what exactly happened here.
The power level is really low. I'm kind of concerned about that. I could try to get some systems running again.
If you think that's
Solid.
going to help.
I would assume. There are things you can't find. Computer might have them and you need power for it.
Doors that might not open.
After a few moments, a radio clicks on. Hey, what are y'all doing in there? Come back.
Is that on one of you?
What?
We're making plans, boss.
Getting the
What's the situation? Any survivors? Probably not, right? It's been here 30 years.
We've made it
we
to
haven't-
home.
got that far yet. We were just mapping the place,
Well, I
getting our
thought
bearings.
I thought I would pipe in to let y'all know that there seems to be a couple of heat blooms coming back on that scan. Looks like there's something hot down in engineering. That could be a leak. It's hard to say from here.
It's radiation.
Oh, well, all right then. There's also a very faint heat bloom up. It's either on the admin deck or on the comms deck. It's really hard to tell from the imaging that is coming back. Looks like there might be some electromagnetic feedback, some kind of interference that's coming off of the top antenna array. It is interrupting the signal from the drone.
We can handle that.
Y'all let me know if you find
Yeah, we can
anything
handle that. We got
good.
we got a big long hard shaft we're gonna jump on, so I think we'll be able to check those out pretty soon.
Love it. Take pictures.
Video if you're
Really
good.
just going to give Steve a tired look.
Is he always this glib?
Okay, I'm taking the kid. We're going to try and fix the radiation before it spreads to more of the ship. Okay.
Up to the admin deck for
I love
us.
it.
Please.
All right, the
lead
three of
on.
you. So 3 and 2.
Unless you want to go
We all
deal with
taking the-
radiation.
Well, the android would be the best person to do that,
To do what?
as we learned from Fallout.
Oh, deal with the radiation. I don't want to step on any toes. I'm going to the admin deck.
You probably might be more helpful getting information from the admin deck. We'll see if we can get some more systems up and running.
I trust you all.
All right, so Toby, Lafayette, and Mallory are headed to admin.
Before we
Sure.
split up,
Oh yeah, go
is there is there an equivalent of an insight check so that I can tell if Lafayette specifically is buying what I'm selling?
Is that an observation roll?
Yeah. I think that is. I think it might be also be something that's kind of opposed though, because like how good
Yeah.
is Lafayette at wearing the mask? So what's a wits? Maybe.
Are you trying to lie to me? Because then it would be manipulation, I would think.
No. Well,
I'm
it
trying-
would be
I'm-
you manipulating what you.
Just
Yeah.
trying to
not
determine
people
how honest you're being.
I think it would- it
I'm
would only
trying
be
to
a-
Charlie hasn't lied. It's I'm trying to detect if Lafayette has if Lafayette thinks I have nefarious intent.
Ah,
I
okay.
feel like
You're
Lafayette thinks we all do.
trying to see through Lafayette's like blandly pleasant corporate mask.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
And I
Um,
wonder if you post until he's tipped off, right? We're have a good relationship relatively at this point, so I wonder if it would be
Yeah.
opposed yet.
Yeah, I don't think it would be opposed yet.
Great
Okay.
point.
So I'm observation.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 successes.
Well,
Don't know how to respond to that. What?
I think that
If-
means
am I-
maybe he has no idea.
Perfect.
I don't think he's given any indication that he suspects anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He seems consumed by his own directive.
that's actually
Probably.
exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. The heist is on. What? Who said that?
So, Toby was doing some scanning on the schematic, looking for any kind of information as to what potentially happened here. You do find it's not like a blow by blow kind of thing, because it is just something that was logged by the sensors on that deck because of that computer system that you were in there. So you learn that the station status is surprisingly critical. The power grid is auxiliary, emergency power only. One of the reactors is offline. One of the other reactors has a radiation leak. Life support is degraded but stable. Some decks are flooded with CO2. Atmospheric pressure is nominal in 32% of the station. There have been containment failures logged on the science deck. Gravity fluctuations localized on the SecOps deck. The timestamps are corroded, but you're able to. Are you? So this is on your PDT. Are you going to share this information with the class?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where's the danger is.
So you learn that at some point, because the timestamp data is corroded, a vessel, presumably from the planet's surface, that data is also not present, docked with the Reliquary. Life support was deactivated in the vast majority of the ship, and after that, things just sort of fell apart. Yes.
I use my diagnostic device to try and recreate a timestamp for the earliest, the localization and the earliest timestamp of the first, because I can get a +2 on my
Sure.
Comtech on that.
So what information do you specifically want?
I'm looking for where the first alarm went off and the timestamp of that.
Okay.
What deck? What wing?
Where? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can get a Comtech +2. Whew, just enough. So I got one success.
Oh, there we go. One success. Okay. So
I pull out another retro-looking device and interface with my tablet to try and hack that particular bit of data.
So yeah, dates are so stupid in the alien universe. So you can fill that number in. 30 years ago, it was on. You were where the alarm came from, right? The alarm, the first alarm came from the flight deck. It came from the cargo hold.
The flight deck or the cargo? Those are two different ones.
Flight deck, excuse me.
Flight deck. Okay, cool. Thanks.
So
it's probably going to be worse up in the flight deck, guys.
We will follow the three party of three to admin first, and then we will circle back to our friends down in engineering. So the elevator, it's a long ride. It doesn't go very fast, but when you finally get up there, it opens up to the admin deck. The admin deck is the main. You basically have this one singular hallway that comes off the elevator, and at the end of that is a very large door with a security panel on the right that is currently flashing red.
Can I see what I can do about that?
Sure. What do you want to roll?
I was hoping to do some kind of comm check as well.
Okay.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah.
Did it go?
No. Not yet. There it goes. Whoa!
Holy!
Wow! Holy shit! So yeah, you got some stunts. That's crazy. Do you
accidentally opens every door in the station all at once?
Right. What is the context? So again, +1 to a later related roll. No need to roll again for this exact situation. So if you're trying to again, so you're
I can manipulate the security protocols.
So, yeah, I'm gonna say with 4 successes that you are able to manipulate the use some kind of backdoor security algorithm and give yourself very high level credentials to access this code or access the code to get this door open. When the door opens up, there is a terrible smell right out the gate. Inside there, it looks like maybe somebody's been living in here. The office space is a mess, but there is a very rough-hewn cot off to one side. There is a lamp, an electric lamp next to it. There is a cup of warm soup. What are you doing?
How warm we talking?
Not questionable. Probably not safe.
Because you said it was chilly in here.
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
So we gotta.
Amazing. Is that really what Mallory does?
Nobody else is doing anything.
Well,
Well, if you're here, you better come out, buddy.
Wasn't that one of our objectives to find out if there were any survivors? That's how she decided to find out.
Because we are playing this system, I'm gonna lean into it. Toby and Lafayette take on another layer of stress. Oh, you could lose the other one. We had a little bit of a reprieve, everybody. Oh, they can't hear me, but I'll tell them when we start. But the two of you, that stressed you out. After a moment, you do hear Calamity, and around the corner in the far room, you see a figure. It's dark. It's not very well lit, but a very thin humanoid character is now standing on the opposite end of the room.
Hello?
Annoyed?
Yeah, it's too dark to tell if it's a person or not.
Okay.
if I can just remind the two of you, no communication with non-authorized personnel. Part of our mission briefing.
No communication off this vessel, but we can talk to someone who's standing in front of us.
Not if they're not authorized.
But we can't tell them anything,
Or
right?
it's total communications lockdown with non-authorized parties or channels. I just want to make sure that
I think you're taking that a little literally, but okay. You take the lead on this one.
How loud are you
Do
speaking?
you think the company allows us to take things under our own interpretation? I'm whispering this to them.
Okay.
In which case,
His volume
please
just got
address
louder.
the being non-verbally.
I think that last line probably picked up, and after a moment, the figure makes a noise. Did the company send you?
We're not authorized to answer that question.
After a few moments, somebody walks out of the shadows, a very gaunt man, probably in his 60s, 70s maybe, with a short, stubby beard. He's balding. He is very emaciated. His eyes are bloodshot. And he's sort of standing in the dim light looking at, are you real? And then you notice he's holding a revolver. And now we're going to go to the other group, so y'all deafen.
Okay. I don't think they were ever deafened, Michael.
Oh, were they deafened?
Oh
They
yeah,
were?
were we
never
supposed
told
to be
them
deafened?
All right. Well, never mind. Then we'll just know what's going on in both places. It doesn't matter.
It's more fun that way.
Yeah, it is more fun that way.
I
You're right,
like
you're
the
right.
back and forth, knowing what's going on.
Okay, fair enough.
We
fair
can be
enough.
a bit meta with it.
The narrative too, not just the
I guess what we'll have then is if your character needs that one-on-one hidden agenda moment, you let me know in the chat, and then we will
Sounds
take
good.
out sound. So down below in the engineering deck. So the room that you all were in, off of the room, there was a maintenance stairwell that leads you excuse me, down into the lower level there. Do the suits that you guys have, are they rated for radiation?
I don't know. What was the suit we had? I can't remember.
Well, did you take your spacesuits off though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
So in that case, along the way, I assume because the reactors are on the engineering deck and the areas around it have some sort of radiation protective equipment, either signs or suits, and I'm just like looking to see if any of that is still intact.
Yeah. You find it again. It's old. It's been here a while. It's probably got some ice crust on it. But you do find one radiation suit.
You want it?
Nah, take it, kid.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put on the radiation suit. Do I got a Geiger counter over here?
Oh, I will say that there's like a Geiger PDT kind of thing on the wrist of the suit. That I feel like that would be a standard issue deal.
Yep. And you know what? Can I?
You just let me know if that thing starts going haywire.
I'm trying to decide if I should take it off and give it to you just in case.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Just I guess stay behind me, and when this starts going off, stay there. We'll see what we can do.
Gotcha.
And I guess the first thing I want to look at is try to get a sense of the scope of how far the radiation is spread.
Okay. So when you get into the room, I have never felt what radiation feels like, but I can't imagine it feels good. You're wearing the suit, but your Geiger counter starts going off, and probably about 10 to 12 meters away from one of the main reactor housings, that's where it starts reacting.
Is there anything I will motion for Steve to stay back and stay safe-ish?
Yeah, Steve, if you follow past that point, you will start taking rad accumulation.
Yeah,
we're splitting the party even more. This can only go so well.
I mean, we're already almost 2 hours into this stream and nobody has died.
Yep.
So,
I mean, we
fair,
live and we learn.
fair enough. Totally wrong with it.
Hell, I haven't even make a roll yet.
Okay, so you, as you approach the reactor, you have a couple of options at your disposal. You can manipulate the manual shutoff valve, which will disable the reactor, which will cut power to the station entirely. Probably not your go-to fix. You can weld the damaged reactor shielding, or you can try to find and apply emergency plating and sealant foam that is usually standard in departments like this. I would need you to make an observation roll, though.
Okay.
And we're going to say that
first things first.
Hold on one second. Because of the nature of this task that you were doing and the environment that we're in, take a stress die. Or a level of stress.
Yay.
Looks like, so we lost our level of stress and you just gained yours right back.
Yep.
Yeah, well, so did they, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because it's what I'm good at and I have my cutting torch, the first thing I'm gonna do is see if I can piecemeal this back in place, and then if I can get some sealant to really make sure it's stable. So,
okay.
This is heavy machinery first?
Yeah, it'll be heavy machinery for the welding part. Steve, give me an observation roll.
Uh-oh. 2 6.
Yeah, Charlie, you it didn't take you no time. You're able to get a pretty good patch in. but we're going to see if Steve notices.
I clicked it. I thought I clicked it. Let's see.
Do you have?
heard it.
I heard. Well, that was.
No, I
Maybe
heard
they
That was
tried to
me.
go. Maybe they tried to go through it at the same time. You can try it again.
Oh yeah, you're right. I only see one.
Well, hold on. Maybe it's because.
Do you
Oh
have
no, there
a
it is.
little
I
extra
forgot.
submit box?
I did not. That would be why.
Yay!
Oh, a success! So you
Yay!
will see as Charlie is kneeling down close to this. They have a blast or an arc shield up as they're welding. You know, protect your eyes, right? So they are very focused. Why would they see it? A standard issue Weyland-Yutani maintenance android comes lumbering off from the side with a very large wrench that it is about to crush Charlie's head with.
Steve just stays so calm and is like, "Kid, move. Move towards
Huh?
me. Move towards me."
And we'll just like try to. Are we going into combat?
We're entering combat, yeah.
Oh.
So because you saw
My
it, you were able
agility's
to
only
give
3.
you a warning. I guess there's not really like an advantage in this game.
You don't immediately die, I think, is the advantage.
Right? Yeah. You won't
Blunt
actually
force
get
trauma
hit
to
in this first.
brain.
So after, are you yelling that at Charlie, Steve?
Do we not still have like comms attached?
Yeah, I think we still have comms.
Probably, yes, everybody probably has a headset, but you're also like in the same room. You're not that far away from her. But I guess you don't have to yell. Sure.
Yeah, I would go comms just so.
Gotcha. Yeah, but because you're able to get a warning, you will not get hit. What's the word? Ambushed. You won't get hit like an ambush attack. But we have entered combat, and combat in Alien is a little different than some other games. Let me pull up my combat cheat sheet. Okay. So initiative uses you're supposed to use a deck of cards 1 through 10, and any repeats that is you re-roll those. But if the two of you want to just roll a d10, and that's what we'll use.
Okay.
And you can use. Wow. We'll say that surprise attack from the android was about all the android had. You can just use the dice roller in Roll20. And
oh, dang girl.
Yeah, Bella, Charlie is not having this nonsense.
Woo!
There you go.
Hey, all right. So the two of you will go ahead of the android, and we'll start with Charlie. Charlie, what you got?
Cool. So I have slow actions and I have fast actions.
Yeah, we should. I guess I would take a moment there to explain that's how in combat, that is what your turn is comprised of. You have one slow action, which is like fire a weapon, first aid, overwatch, some of the different specific skills, and then a fast action is movement, seek cover, take aim, draw a different weapon. There is ranged combat, which is your agility plus range plus your gear, and close combat, which is strength plus your close combat skill.
Okay. So what I would like to do is my assumption is that Charlie was near the ground, so my fast action has to be getting up, I would assume.
That makes sense to me.
And then as my slow action, I would like to try to shove the android towards Steve so that Steve doesn't need to come towards the radiation. And hopefully if I succeed, I can just chuck this thing. I want to chuck a robot at you. So Would that be a close combat roll?
Yeah.
Why
Let's
not?
chuck a robot. Let's see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
2 successes. Can I chuck a robot with my success?
2 successes. It's hard to argue there. So this android stumbles in after it comes into the dim light that is in this general area from these work lights. You notice that it is not in top shelf condition. It is a bit stumbly and unwieldy, but it swings this big wrench down. Charlie dips back and it collides with the ground. The weight of the wrench sort of carrying the android further, and then you sort of check like a hockey player, stand up into the android, and it stumbles back towards Steve, probably about half the distance. Steve.
All right, and my other question is, do we take stress from entering combat?
Because you were already stressed coming into this, I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
How bad of an idea do we think it'd be to try and shoot it?
Just don't miss.
There's a reactor right
There is
behind
a real
it.
Just don't miss.
You're correct. Is it still holding the wrench?
Yes.
I want to try and take the wrench from it. Like, can I use my slow action to move and then?
So that's going to be opposing strength checks.
Okay. Two successes.
I didn't have my dice ready, sorry. Oh my god. One success. So you are successful, able to wrench the wrench out of the android's hand.
Nice.
Now what?
That was both of our turns.
Yeah.
Oh, is that? Yeah. That was both of your turns. So now, because Steve yanked this wrench out of the android's hand, which I'm gonna say is now you do not have a weapon in your hand now, other than the wrench itself, because it's big and it's very heavy.
Yeah, I didn't actually draw my gun. it's still on my back.
Just making sure. Sometimes I don't always remember to even like say that.
No, you're good.
Sorry. It is going to lunge at you.
Okay.
And it is going to try to like swing both of its arms down onto your shoulders. Sorry. And that is 2 successes. Damage. Damn it. I should have let you bring me the book. Sorry. Damage.
I think damage is always 1 point.
It is always 1 point. Yeah. I'm just want to make sure it's right. Yeah. So you're going to take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
And then that's all it's going to do. It doesn't need to move. It's right there on you.
Okay.
All right. So my next question is about how initiative works. Since Kay and I are in initiative order together, can we coordinate our actions?
Yeah, I'd say that makes sense to me logistically. You have headsets too, so but you can see each other and
Yeah.
In that case, Charlie is going to approach with a cutting torch and say, "Steve, duck," and then put the cutting torch to the base of the android's neck. and turn it on. And I think movement and using my cutting torch as a weapon is both of my features. I just want Steve to get the chance to duck before I...
Good call.
And I think crouching would just be Steve's fast action, I believe.
Yeah.
So my cutting torch is armor pierce that like does anything. It is close, engaged, and power supply 5, so I'm using another one of my power supply. Close combat does 3 damage. Oh, 3 successes.
Nice. What's that damage? How much was it?
You cut out.
3 points of damage.
Cool. Yeah. So you take that cutting torch and rake it across, since I guess because it went toward, or Steve came to it, and then it turns its attention up to Steve across its back.
Just like straight to the back of his neck, where all of the processing wires are. I want to like deep fry its brain.
Okay.
I hear you.
Steve.
Since I'm crouching, can I just like whack its legs with this damn wrench that I have in my hand?
Yeah, that's it does 2 points of damage. The wrench.
Okay, and that would be
strength.
Strength or close combat?
It's because you're swinging the weapon. Oh, close combat. My bad.
Okay. You're good.
Oh, if they get attacked up there, they're fucked. Do you guys have any combat skills?
Yeah.
I'm a scientist.
Oh, Steve, no.
Oh no. 2 failures.
Oh no. What does that mean, Michael?
The failures weren't on panic dice, though.
They weren't on panic dice. So what does that mean?
It means we found the fun of the game.
I need to look at the cheat sheet again. Hey, you know.
Do you want the book? I can still bring you the book.
No, I've got my cheat sheet. It's okay. It just takes me a second to.
We're back to Kay rolling how Kay normally rolls dice.
Well, I was just thinking to myself that this might be the luckiest game of Alien ever
Listen,
played.
I'm in it. I'm gonna mess up some shit. I roll dice horrendously, virtual or not.
I also tend to roll dice quite badly. I think
You're doing great.
my year hiatus from TTRPGs has done wonders to my dice luck.
You've stored some away.
Yeah.
I got like
They
cleansed.
needed a
The
break.
bad juju is gone.
During your TTRPG hibernation, you were storing stuff up.
and she was
Yep.
recharging them in the moonlight and all of it.
Yeah, my digital roll 20 dice.
Just take your laptop out into the moon.
Are you gonna try to push the roll? Okay.
What does that mean?
So that means you can re-roll a non-success, but you take a stress die.
Oh yeah, sure. I have 0 stress right now.
I love that philosophy.
I
Chill,
mean,
I can
listen,
afford to be stressed.
I can afford it.
Dressed is better.
If you're
than
not
dressed.
stressed out in an alien movie, then.
Look at
Yes!
that!
Look at there. Yeah. So here's how this looks.
3 successes.
So this-
Sorry, I wanted to say it out loud because the audience can't see.
This wrench is heavy, right? So you can't really get from that first position. You try to like,
Yeah.
and it just kind of boonk against the android's leg, to which it just sort of stands and looks at you, and then you like learn from that and swing it around behind you and axe cleave its leg, and that's 2 points of damage. I need to roll critical damage for it because it was already hurt.
Let's fucking go. The other team is listening to our comm channel right now. They just hear heavy machinery, fire, and
like-
Steve, let's fucking go.
It was heavy machinery Kid move, and then just Steve duck.
Clang!
Mingled with android combat noises.
I just thought
but
they were
yeah.
working on the ship.
So that's what ship maintenance sounds like sometimes.
Right?
You have successfully broken the android's leg, so it is now
Yay.
immobilized. It is still going to try to attack you, however.
Of course, it could lose half of it, could be a torso and still try to come after.
I know.
Yeah, except it failed twice. We're going to say that its damage is too severely damaged to be that effective at attacking. And we're back to Charlie. Looks like Charlie will be able to finish it off.
Can I don't want to waste any more power on my torch. So
That is a wise choice.
Can I grab the back of the air down into the crate?
Sure. Yeah.
Why not?
Just why
Just
not?
go. Is that strength or close combat? Because it isn't a weapon. It
Let's
is
do
unarmed.
Let's do
Okay.
strength.
Okay.
1 success. Narrow
Yeah.
victory.
Narrow victory. Yeah, you because it only had one health point left. You
Yep.
come up behind it and just grab the back of its head and shove its face down into the ground, and there's a very audible crunch. You hear this fusing and sizzling and popping of wires, and its body twitches and convulses as the servos whirl and buzz and come to a stop.
Of milk blood on me.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going
all
to
over
look
you.
at Steve
All over
and
you.
say, okay, so the reactor should be stabilized, and is the Geiger counter still going off, or is that cooled off? You good?
No, you were able to successfully. It's going to take a minute for that actual level to come down, but there is no longer any radiation bleed coming off of the reactor.
Do we want to? The half-life of radiation is too great for us to come back later. So, if I'm gonna find what I have to look for,
Yeah.
And is it on the radiation side or on my side? Either way, one of us needs to look through it.
yeah.
Okay.
But
So who?
But is it on the radiation side or not?
Oh, probably. Yeah. That's hard for me.
Okay.
Let me. Where's my schematic? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I look at
Probably.
Charlie and I go, kid, you know what you're looking for.
Yeah. Just if you can keep an eye on my 6 so I don't get whacked with a.
I got you.
And if something comes my way, I'll try to hurl it your way too.
Okay. I think we are up to our second break. So I'm going to throw that timer up and we'll be right back.
we're
Don't go
only
anywhere.
gonna take 5 this time.
I'm going to take 5. Be
Stretch
back
our
in 5.
legs, You know.
Just stretch our legs. I'm getting eggs open during an alien game. There's just a funny
Keep them closed.
vibe.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to open that egg. The egg will
Don't
open
open it.
when the egg is ready. Welcome back, everybody. We're playing Alien the RPG. If you're just joining us, our Roughneck and Colonial Marine down in the reactor core solving radiation leak just went toe-to-toe with a faulty android and came away fairly unscathed. Although our Roughneck is now covered in milk blood. It's okay. It's a good look. Up on the admin deck, after our android science officer hacked into the security system, the security door, they discovered a hovel of sorts, as if somebody has been living in the admin deck. And after a few moments, the android, for some reason, yelled out if anyone was there, stressing out her compatriots. And then an emaciated, gaunt figure appeared. There was some more whispered words, and then the figure revealed themselves, and it is a person. A very skinny, emaciated, sickly person, but a person. And that is where we will rejoin.
With a gun.
Yeah,
Get a gun.
a revolver.
And yes, he is holding
Critically.
a revolver.
Critically.
Thank you. And it is pointed at the three of you.
Which of the three of us?
Simultaneously? That's impressive.
Yeah, he's just doing this.
So this is a timing game.
Oh no, it's a quick time event. Mallory, would you be so kind as to disarm the entity?
Okay.
He's gonna fire at James, at Lafayette.
Oh boy. Can I
He heard
Okay.
you. He heard you give the order, so.
Well,
he's
I'm gonna
take
use
it.
my sweet special ability, personal safety. If I can make a successful manipulation roll, then I can find a clever way to make another character suffer the attack or hazard instead of me.
I think you already have. I think I'm putting my hand up to block the bullet.
Well, that's a little.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh.
So what do you need to roll? Who needs to roll what?
I need to roll manipulation.
And
Yes.
does she? Is it an opposed? It's not an opposed roll. It's just something because it's a.
Yeah, it's not opposed.
Gotcha.
And I can
Alright.
use wits instead of empathy
Instead
for
of
my
empathy.
manipulation rolls, so that's what we're going to
Because-
do.
Corporate tools are seldom empathetic.
It's true.
Okay, and I get to add one dice. Submit. Huzzah!
Look there! Wow, this might be the luckiest game of Alien ever. Yeah. So you
I do
are
take one
successful.
stress level for using that skill, though. So.
Okay. That's 2 now because you're stressed out by the
Yep.
the person showing up. All right. So what? So explain what that does.
So basically, Lafayette ducks behind Mallory, and Mallory will take the attack instead of him. You know, the most cowardly way out.
Okay. So he's gonna fire this revolver. Ooh, stats. He misses. Fuck.
Amazing.
It's an
It
old
really
revolver.
is the luckiest fucking game of Alien ever.
Is that putting us in combat?
Yeah. So I mean, you can try to diffuse the situation, but this person is clearly threatened, and as you continue to threaten them, they will probably continue to defend themselves.
Okay. Well, Mallory, are you still going to continue to try and disarming him?
Yeah, I will, as soon as he fires off the shot, I'll move in and try to take the weapon as like painlessly and non-personally as possible. We're just eliminating the threat.
Okay. Because the room isn't terribly big, I was tempted to all right, all of you are in combat now, but you're an android, it's a small room. You're able to, so give me, is that a strength? You're just trying to take the weapon out of his hand,
Sure.
which you probably will succeed on.
Yeah, whatever you say.
I would hope the strong android can handle
Yeah,
the
the emaciated old man. No successes. So here's what's gonna happen because I like it is weird. When Mallory approaches this individual, something in her database, somewhere in her AI core prevents her from taking the gun from him.
Directive unachievable, boss.
Why? I'm sorry. Why?
Because I have a higher rank than you. You're not supposed
And
to
what
be
would
here.
that
No
rank
one's
be?
supposed to be here. I was the head scientist of this facility.
Impressive.
And after you have been speaking for a moment, he notices that the door is open, and he rushes to a console nearby and slams his hand down, and the door closes behind you. What are you doing here?
That's classified. Why have you been incommunicado for the last 30 years?
The station is dead. No one should have come.
The only thing in front of me seems to be living.
So he starts walking towards you, James,
Okay.
and he's
I
got
give him
his
room.
hand out. What are the other two doing?
I'm just giving him room.
Yep.
I'm gonna draw my own previously concealed pistol
Okay.
and just point it and be like, You can stay where you are.
How do I even know that you're real?
I suppose you don't.
You can believe what you want, friend. Tell me, where are the data cores?
It's classified.
I
Can
need
I
to know.
Bam, right back at you.
somewhere to plug into while they're having this conversation.
Yeah, you can. There's a pretty clearly defined terminal not too far away.
You can either tell me or we'll find out. I'd prefer to do this the easy way.
I can't let those data cores get off this station. I'm sorry.
Hey, hard way it is.
What are you trying to learn, Mallory?
I suppose either is the data core something physical, or is it information that I can transfer using my...
The information that you're looking for is not the same information that James's character is looking for. So what you're looking for is data that is in the system that you would transfer to something that you could carry with you.
Okay.
Like
well,
your data
I'm doing
disk.
that first, and then having heard him say something about data cores, I will at least attempt to figure out the location for him.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But yes, I want to get all of my stuff and transfer.
Yeah,
it
give me a com check.
Contact check.
Contact check. Contact check.
2 successes.
Yeah. So you are able to find all of the necessary files that you have been looking for, that you were sent here for, and you learn that there is a cold data storage on the comms level directly above you, and it is in an adjacent compartment that is connected to the admin deck. Like there's like a adjacent sort of maintenance shaft that leads to the compartment off of the comms deck directly above the admin deck. Cold storage, yeah.
Cold data storage, 1 floor up, boss.
Excellent. Now, tell me, friend, before I go and retrieve company property, what's got you so spooked?
I'm afraid that is also classified. And he's going to take another shot at you. And you're standing pretty close this time, right? So I don't think you can use... Is she close enough?
It's as long as there's another PC or friendly NPC within short range, the same zone.
Toby, where are you? How close are you to
I said I
this
gave him.
interact?
I said I gave him room.
Both of them use the phrase "give them space" or "give them room," so I'm going to say that you're probably not in close combat.
Okay.
And you are going to take 1 point of damage as he shoots you in the shoulder.
Okay. I guess I'll fire back.
Well, now we're in combat officially. Yeah, roll it.
Okay,
So
so
you do take stress levels when you take damage.
Yeah, yeah.
makes sense.
And you, Toby, you saw him get shot, so.
I get stressed too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
With
that means I
can
have
do.
stress.
If my pistol has a +2 bonus, that means I add 2 die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's ranged combat, right?
I probably
Yes.
should have made an effort to put our eyes on the Roll20 screen. I didn't know for sure that we would all be rolling there until now, but it might help to have that visual because we're talking about a different number of d6s to roll each time,
Mm-hmm.
giving you
Oh,
a
dear.
greater chance for success.
Ooh. Oh boy, floppy.
Yeah, no, wow, that is.
Thanks.
What'd you get? You have to say.
Well, 2 failures, no successes.
No successes. So you miss.
But the failure's not on stress die.
They weren't on stress die.
Okay,
Right.
so
Stress
what happens
die,
if the
again.
failure on the so the stress die are specifically separate
Yes,
from
they're
the
specifically
regular play
separate.
dice.
They are represented by black die and yellow die.
Boy, do I want to push that roll. It's a 1-shot, so why not?
What happens
for
if you fail on a stress roll?
You make a panic roll.
Panic.
Right, that's right.
All right,
I can't
so if
believe
I
no
push
one's
it-
made that yet. I feel like the one game I played in before, we were making them all the time.
We're heading that direction. We're getting
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
If I choose to push the roll, do I add the stress and then roll, or do I roll and then add the stress?
You add stress and then roll because you need the fourth
Because
die.
the die, yeah, that's a part of the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
you took the stress by failing in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. This is I'm excited about my imminent death. Let's go. Aha!
Beautiful. Wow. That is
A success.
that is the game. That is the game mechanics working in your favor, like to a T.
Also, just for anyone else, he has 5 stress. Just to,
He
Yeah.
should have failed.
Yeah,
he should
I
have
do have
failed that roll.
I got a fair-
Mathematically, yeah.
I have a fair amount of stress.
Yeah.
Things are not going well for old
So
Lafayette.
For even more context, there are only 4 other die. So more
Yeah.
than half of the dice he just rolled were straight.
Yeah, my ranged combat is a 0. My agility is a 2. So
This will be a fun
So we'll say that first shot that you missed, you had just been shot, so it makes sense that you missed. And then the second one, you're able to get your aim right. How much damage does your pistol do?
1.
1. Okay. Because I did look. Not
This
all.
guy take more than one?
Some of the weapons do more than 1 damage. I just saw. Yes, he might be old and emaciated, but he's still got more than 1 health. Yes. So yeah, you shoot him, and yeah. Right now we need everybody to roll a d10.
A D10.
Mm-hmm.
Straight D10.
Yeah, straight d10 for combat. We will re-roll any ties.
Hey! I don't do combat, but I'm going first.
Ah, sure.
Oh, fudge.
Oh. Re-roll, Andrew.
No, I have to reroll.
Well, his James went through first.
Oh,
10.
re-roll again.
Re-roll again.
Wait, what?
What?
Re-roll again.
Oh, I matched Meg.
Yeah.
I thought we were tie breaking.
What? But
Wouldn't that just
I thought
be
it was
the
just
tiebreaker
tie-breaking
between, yeah.
with James.
tie-breaking between him and I.
Oh, I'm an
So
idiot.
Andrew
Sorry.
now goes
Yeah.
second, and James will go
That makes
third.
sense. Sorry, there are too many numbers on the screen for my brain to
Yeah.
be able to actually make sense of what's going on.
That's right.
Yeah.
What happened was I got a 10, and both Andrew and James, this is for our audience, got a 4. Because they rolled the same number, they had to roll again to decide which of them went first. And the second time, Andrew got a 10, but I already established first, so that didn't matter. He was just going above James, who got a 6. So now we have our
All right.
1, 2, 3.
I
So-
suck again.
At the top of the turn
now-
order, it makes sense the android is going first. What you got, Mallory? The non-combat character.
Yeah, I can go grab him. I can try to grapple him. That's pretty much all I'm good
That's
for.
a thing. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
thing.
That
So
would be
I'll
good.
go try to
Yeah.
hold him in place at the very least.
Okay, what's that on your sheet? That's a I think there is a grapple check.
Is there?
I thought there was. I remember reading about grappling and
Yeah, because like one of the moves is to a grapple attack. You have to have grappled somebody first, but I couldn't really find how to do that in the first place. So you tell me, what do I roll?
so you're performing an action to grab them.
Yes.
So what do we think, kids? I mean, I guess that would just be a strength, right?
I mean,
Or
that's
you
my
don't need to, like,
inclination, but that could be because
aim
I'm
your-
coming at it from a D&D
Could be close
perspective.
It's close combat. It's just literal close combat.
Yeah, just do a
Yeah.
close. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Yeah. Again, this.
CQC.
Yeah, CQC.
For all my solid snake heads out there.
Well,
That is amazing. No
0
success.
successes.
This dude is small and wiry, so he
It's not even
is.
showing up for me.
Who put grease on this guy?
Yeah, he's just amazingly greasy. He's covered in that standard issue Weyland-Yutani executive grease. Yeah.
He's a literal
CEOs,
literal
man,
slimy
they're-
bureaucrat.
They're so slimy.
We stopped handing that out 20 years ago. Of course he still has some.
After a moment, after we will do that at the end of this round of combat. All right, so Mallory, you do not successfully grab him. He kind of just, as you're coming towards him, he flails to get out of the way. All right, I think it is his turn now. Oh no, it's James's turn.
No, it's his turn.
Andrew.
It's
And Andrew would go before
It's
me.
either his or mine.
Oh right, it's his. I forgot that I rolled first. He is gonna fire again, this time at Mallory because she just ran up on him. One success. You're gonna take 1 point of damage.
What is the difference?
So your health comes from your strength, right?
I don't
Does
know.
So look at what your strength. Yes, yeah, it's determined by your strength. So look at your strength score, and that's how many health points you have.
Oh,
Subtract.
yes,
Oh.
yes, true.
Oh, I have significantly less health left than I thought I did.
Yeah, dude, you got shot. Like this is not like D&D. You got shot with a bullet in the shoulder. Like you are bleeding.
I'm looking at the character sheet, and I didn't realize that was the rule, and I just thought, like, oh, I have all these health, I have like 10 health, 12 health points, but no, I've got
it's your strength.
I've got
It's your
3
Okay.
3 now or 3 before you took the hit?
before. I have 2 now.
So
Okay.
You only know when you get hurt how much you can take, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great point. Okay, so go back to my health. I got that. But
Okay.
isn't there a difference when androids take damage? Don't they take damage differently?
It's when you take critical damage. It's different. But you're not taking critical damage.
Okay, so you said just one. Wait.
Critical damage is after you've run out of health.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're not dead technically, not yet. And this game has this weird cushiony zone actually between life and death called broken. You can read about that. There's a section in the book about that. But the character is broken. It's essentially like the unconscious state.
See, that's how I spend my every day.
I knew that was coming. I just wasn't expecting it so quick. It was you're so quick. There are certain circumstances where a broken character can be brought. Like but depending on what the critical injury you roll is. There are 4 critical injuries. It's a 66 table of 66, and 4 of them will kill you instantly. So it all just depends, and there's a little bit of the mercy of the dice. But you're not taking critical damage, Meg, so you don't need to worry about it.
Okay.
And now it is Andrew's turn.
Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to disarm Lafayette.
Okay.
Oh,
And
man.
agility, yeah.
I'm loving this. That's
Pilots on our team.
I did say I fear for the company, man.
Shoot.
Oh.
Oh no!
And I can't push that, can I?
You can't.
No successes and one panic.
Oh no, our
Well.
first panic die.
All right. I need
It's all
to-
good.
let
We're in
me
the third
read-
hour, man. Come on.
What is the
Gee,
panic
it is-
roll? What is happening?
So
Just
the
a
panic
D20 or-
roll. So it's a. Oh my God! Why is my? Sorry. Yes, it's a D20.
Nice.
What did you get?
Is low good or high good?
Oh, I don't
Can't remember.
Low. Is
No,
the
low-
problem.
low is
Low
good.
is good. Low is good.
Oh, well, that's a 19.
I don't-
for the
I don't
audience.
think it's
That's
a D20.
that's terrible.
Oh,
It doesn't even go
boy.
past 15.
It's not a D20 roll. It's a D6 plus your current
Oh.
stress level.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was
that's
going off of
right.
the
I'm
chart.
So
sorry.
you
I
roll a
was going off
D6
the
and then you
chart,
add
too.
your current
Okay.
stress level. Yeah.
Yeah. My
I
chart
see.
is
So here we
D20 is
go.
not bad.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
D20 actually would be fun because it gives you like
Yep.
more potential.
six?
Right, so that makes a total of 6.
A total of 6.
I keep
Oh,
I
you're
keep it
keeping
together.
You're okay. You're keeping it together. So you tried to knock the gun out of his hand, take the gun. That didn't work out. Now things are different. We're gonna drop back down to the engineering level. What are you two doing?
Oh, okay. I didn't get to take my
Yeah.
turn.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
James.
yeah,
I do that to you all
Haven't
the
you
time.
done
I'm
enough?
so sorry.
Bully this man some more.
My bad. That's my bad. My next roll will be a disadvantage. James, your turn.
Okay. So the sort of placid exterior facade is starting to break down, and Lafayette says, "Okay, I think we've both established that we're both very much real. Can we call a draw? A truce? We're done here? Put the guns away. And I'll try and manipulate him."
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Is that something I can do in combat in this system? Is that okay?
Going back to the
No.
table.
Give orders or persuade is a slow
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
So
there you
yes.
go.
Yeah, that's a slow action. Yeah.
And that is the manipulation. Persuade.
Well, there's a
You have so
success.
many
There's
dice.
3
Wow.
successes.
There's so many
Wow.
dice on this game.
So many dice in this game. Yeah, but you he lowers his gun tentatively because again, he's pretty far gone. I don't know what you think you're going to find here, but you should get back on your ship and leave while you still can. And okay, respond.
No, that's a good place to cut. That's a good
No?
place to cut.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not that's not the exact spot to cut because behind all of you, you hear a very loud crash at the door.
Okay.
Now we go back down to the engineering level. What are the two of you doing?
Yeah, in the irradiated zone, we only have 1 and 2 stress levels.
Be nice.
Charlie was going
We're
to the
looking for
terminal.
the black box.
Oh,
Charlie is
gotcha,
looking
gotcha.
for the black box.
So you were gonna do
And-
contact?
Yeah, and so for me, I'm not the most well versed in technological terminology, and so is the black box an actual box or data we're searching for?
It's going to in this instance, we will say that the person you are contacted by described it, and you were actually looking for a data module, which you would.
Okay.
as a roughneck, you have probably seen. You may not necessarily have ever worked with them, but you know what they are. It's something that gets used in science installations and medical facilities, and it's this kind of octagonal sort of core-shaped data block.
Yeah, cool. I'm looking for the black box then.
So you, in doing your digging on the computer, you find that there are some logs from the engineers that were here, and that one of the names that's on the logs is familiar from the information that your contact gave you, and you are directed to find a maintenance locker that is at the far end of the room, opposite where y'all came in, and that is where the data core is. You're the one that
How
you're
dark
looking
is
for.
it in here?
It is pretty dark. You have secured that
I have a flashlight.
radiation-
Fuck you.
You have a flashlight. Yeah, you're good.
I don't want any alien in the corner. Or at least, if there's an alien in the corner, I can hopefully see it.
All right. So you find your way, make your way across Ted slowly, but you're able to locate the area and find the asset fairly easily. It looks to be in okay condition, other than being a bit dusty. Yeah. Kay, what are you doing?
I'm just like standing on my half of the room. And after Charlie gets the black box and everything, I'm like, kid, you know what else we're looking for?
Weapons, schematics.
Yeah, or like any type of prototype, whatever info we can get. Like if the engineers were working on anything, or.
So the data
Did I
that
see
you're
anything on the computer?
So when you're trying to find anything that pertains to weapons or schematics,
armory.
or blueprints, all of it is saying armory, and basically that no one on the engineering level had the credentials necessary to access that stuff. So it would make sense that these terminals would be blocked from that stuff. So all of that stuff is.
How big is
armory
the black
or-
box, too?
Probably.
Like,
Like
is
a
it
football,
something?
maybe?
Okay. Can we put this in your backpack? I don't want anyone asking questions about it.
Yeah, you can throw it in there.
You won't run off with it, right?
No. I got you, kid.
And she'll put it in the backpack.
Okay. So yeah, you put it in the backpack. What are the two of you choosing to do now? Are you? That's
Look, how much have we heard of like the question? A good question is like, we made the joke about what the other group would hear if our general channel was on.
Yeah, the way the radios work, it's not like all of the audio is constantly coming out of them. It's something that you have to manipulate to make happen, because that's just would be a silly mechanic otherwise.
So
I'm sure they're fine.
I think what I'll do is Charlie will like flip on like main channel so that anyone on it can hear her and say, we've stabilized the radiation, we're gonna head up to the armory and make sure everything is intact up there, and we can meet you up on the comms deck.
Up on the admin deck where this
or admin deck, wherever the fuck they are.
Oh no, you're fine.
Did you forget where we were going?
My brain is mush.
This scuffle has arraigned. There is a pause now, but there was a very large crash at the door behind all of you, and the crypt keeper, if he weren't already very pale, is all of a sudden paler, and he is trembling. Oh God! And he looks at the guns. Oh, we've made too much noise, and he very abruptly turns away from you all and goes back the direction that he first came from.
Okay.
Knocking
Mallory,
stuff
is it just
out of
one-
the way.
It's just a sing bang and silence.
You hear, it's a very loud crash, and after another moment, there's another one.
We reach cold storage from this room.
The
I
schematic
did the
that-
mapping.
Yeah, you can. The schematic that you were both able to pull up.
Shows that shaft.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Let's go now.
Okay.
All right. So you
So we can't. But you said we can't, though, right?
You can't what?
Reach cold storage.
We can.
No, you can. Yeah.
There's a,
Oh, I thought
there's
I
a
thought you said
shaft that connects
Yeah.
a,
Okay.
a part
I thought you
of
said
this
you couldn't.
level to above.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So you head around there. It is kind of like it is actually sort of hidden when you get around to this section of the office. You've gone kind of past this room divider, and there is a very large desk with a big painting on the wall behind it. Oh no, I didn't put that artwork in. Hold on, I gotta put the artwork in because I really like it.
While you're doing that, Mallory will respond to the message we just received from Charlie and say, absolutely would recommend skipping admin deck and coming straight to comms.
Hanging on the wall behind this desk, is a very large black and white painting. Turning our attention to roll 20.
Ooh.
It's on the nose.
Hey,
Just a little.
Oh,
And
that's
the
nice.
entryway to the maintenance tunnel is actually behind this painting.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. All right.
That's where we're going, right?
It is real tight. You one single file climbing up a very narrow ladder. It is probably about 40 feet.
timeline does this take place? Like,
This is post aliens.
okay. Are the Xenos like well known, or is that still just kind of like?
Probably not well known. You don't probably know about them. I would probably say that it's a 60-40 that this group of everybody here, Charlie probably is the least likely to have encountered them or heard of them.
Nope. I'm clueless.
I would say probably Toby only knows about them through Voss, maybe, or potentially. But I don't think Voss is really the type to share his old war stories. And
Ghost
that's
stories.
and yeah, the two company people definitely would at least have heard of this project of these things. Yeah.
Always hold something back, don't they? We need to move.
That's weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Weird. We gotta go.
As you're climbing up this narrow maintenance tunnel, you can hear more noise coming from below all of you. Yes, Andrew.
We're going to cryo storage. That's down.
No, you're going to a cold store. It's a sort of hidden cold
Cold.
storage compartment off of the
I thought.
comms deck.
Okay.
Uh,
Off the comms. Okay.
Yeah.
Charlie and Steve, you have gone back out to call the elevator to head to the armory level, to SecOps. Okay. So it takes a minute for the elevator to get down to you all, but once it does, you get there. Again, it takes a minute to get back up. When you get to the SecOps level, the elevator kind of shudders a little bit, and then it slows, but it's still moving. And then you hear a very loud, strong sort of like metal straining sound, and the elevator experiences weightlessness.
What?
The doors open up. SecOps is full of floating things. SecOps deck is experiencing gravity fluctuations.
Have fun.
This wasn't on the map.
Or either it was on the map or Voss just didn't fucking tell us. Either way, that's what we're working with.
I'm gonna turn my flashlight on and shine it down a long, dark corridor, I assume.
Oh yeah, it's dark. Yeah. There's
Do I see
probably some, like,
anything?
other than just like stuff, there are none of it is really moving. I guess it's all static at this point because it's no forces to move it. So there are like large storage crates, papers.
Just floating.
Well, and I guess Charlie will like put her hands on the ceiling and like try to grip whatever she can
Okay.
to like slowly like monkey bar.
Okay. Yeah. You are moving in. The first room that you kind of see off of the main corridor is a research laboratory with a sort of technical workbench on it and a number of computers around it.
Steve, that looks like exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, let's see if we can just get in and out of this level real quick, like this floor.
Yeah,
so...
zero grav is not great on your stomach, is it?
No. Yeah, so I'm gonna follow along and go in that room.
Yeah, Charlie will let Steve take the lead because this is what he's looking for, but let me know if I can help out.
Okay. So.
Oh yeah, and I'm just gonna log into get into one of the computers and.
Okay. So these rooms, as you're kind of just looking through, they were basically research suites where specific projects were being worked on by specific people in specific rooms. It's part of sort of quality control and accountability tracking. This room, there was a project called Project Aegis being worked on, and it was a hard light plasma knife.
Yeah, I just want to
so much fun.
Get any of the info I can on.
So you're able to pull a PDT of the technical schematic, and you learn that one functional prototype was made, and its last known whereabouts was the testing lab at the far end of SecOps.
Listen, kid, we can go. This is enough information for me personally. Maybe we try maybe a suite next door just to see if there's any other information or schematics. But we can either go down this hallway, which we have no idea, and we don't want to really face this zero grav. We don't know if it's going to flip at any time. Or we can head out. I'm fine with either.
Something just feels wrong about all of this.
Understandable to a century.
I don't care about the company guy, but I would feel kind of bad if something happened to Catchmore. Like, he's annoying, but and contrary to me beating the shit out of the android that attacked us, I don't think Mallory is too bad either.
Okay, so, let's go. Let's
rendezvous with them and see.
I think
what
our
needs to be done.
Choice is either do we take the elevator back or do we just grab the stairs?
We can take the tunnel. I don't trust that thing.
Yeah, you could take the stairs. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna take the stairs.
They connect. They connect. Well, you could like climb.
Steve's been in this game for too long to take a stupid risk. He just wants to live.
It is going to take a minute because that is pretty high. They're pretty far up there.
Oh, we're two pretty strong guys.
All right. I have a hazard. So because of the floors that you are going through, the decks you are going through, it will take you probably 20 minutes or so to get out of the proximity of the gravity flux. So after a minute of doing this and floating along, suddenly you would be down on the ground. I need to roll on my hazard table, however, though.
And we just don't mention what's in the backpack.
And question, would any of that amount of time count as us reducing stress?
Yeah, we'll say because both of you found the things that you were looking for, and we'll say that that has enough of a calming effect.
So I also have a talent that is called banter, and it says your stress level and the stress level of everyone in short range of you drops 2 instead of 1 for every turn spent in safe
Nice.
place.
Nice. We're just hanging. We're having a nice chat, climbing a really tall ladder.
What is this about?
My favorite thing though is also I
Amazing.
imagine that Steve was on the younger side when he knew Charlie's dad. So Steve is in no way, shape, or form a father figure. However, he has taken on this role with everything.
You're on the verge of death, and they're having a hangout
Yeah,
session.
they're having like a buddy, there's like a buddy cop drama going on downstairs, and
The guy
you know,
that mentored me died, and now his daughter is here, and I guess we're looking out for each other.
There's 2 very different movies taking place.
all right. So
Layered plotting.
as our buddy colonial marine and roughneck make their way up the maintenance corridor, we rejoin our 3 stressed out
This is called
folks.
justice. The Marines and the guys that do like lifting and shit
is
never
fine.
live.
That is funny. Hey, you guys are going the opposite direction of where your ship is, so it's the jury's still out on who's living. You can as you get to where you need to get on this maintenance ladder. You're inside basically like a hidden storage closet, but it's a very fancy cold storage closet. It takes a minute to sort of suss out exactly what you were trying to find, James, but you are able to locate a data disk in this sort of housing, I guess.
Does that mean I can reduce the stress level?
Yeah, you can reduce the stress level.
So instead of 5, you're at 4.
Yeah, I'm down to 4.
As your stress, well, I mean, yes, you can reduce the stress level, but
And you're gonna make it go right back up, aren't you?
I won't, just because I that is rude. But the radio clicks on.
Hey, what's going on in there? I just got a bunch of heat blooms on one of the
How
lower
many?
levels. I can't tell. I mean, they're going over at least a 15-meter spread. What's going on in there? Is it a fire?
Not that we know of.
We need to get off this station as soon as possible.
Agreed.
All right, well, I can't really do much about that. All right, get back to the ship then, I guess. Whoops, sorry.
Wrong button.
Can Charlie radio to the other team? Do you want us to come up and help you with movement, or do you want us to get back down to the ship?
Yes. Address the movement.
Address the movement.
That was not what I asked.
So you guys are also addressing the movement, right? Because I'm not doing this. We're not just going into this.
I asked if you need help moving anything.
Oh. No. But there are some heat signatures that maybe or may not be blocking our way, and if you could assist with those, that would be helpful.
Did we hear Voss's message as well?
Oh yeah. That's an open call to everybody.
Like,
did we hear him saying we need to get back to the ship right now? We'll be there as soon as we can.
And I just want to go. Voss didn't say they were blocking you. He doesn't even know where you are.
Yeah.
So I'm not addressing the movement.
Who's in charge here?
I don't give a fuck who's in charge here. I'm not dying today.
make a note.
Steve's
of
got like
file.
3 weeks until retirement.
Well,
From the maintenance ladder behind the three of you. Oh, Andrew, I'm so sorry. You got started holding still and disappeared. My vision's based on movement, so.
So this room that we're in, rudimentary. Is there a terminal in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Does Voss know how to pilot the ship, or is he just a captain?
Yeah. No, he
does?
was he was a Marine pilot. Like he's a retired Marine pilot.
Okay, so can I get into this terminal and see if there's secondary egress at the top area of this station, whether it be access points or not actually a port, but some sort of access point that we can find egress?
Absolutely. Are you holding on to a success from earlier? I can't remember. No.
I stunted.
Okay. Roll. So give me your com check.
And I'll use my diagnostic device too, because I'm sure it's a rudimentary.
Yeah.
It's a rudimentary thing.
Yeah.
It's a success.
A success. Yeah. So on the there is a maintenance level just above the comms deck, which is the level that you are on currently, that has an airlock. I should have put a key on this thing because there is an airlock symbol. That's my bad.
that square that's like
square with the
triangles. Yeah.
That's the airlock.
So right above us.
So pretty much in the room above you. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just give me a second. I'm working on this. Yes, I think I found a place we can get to. And then if we have Voss meet us up there with the ship, then we're golden. You got what you need, right? You got what you need, Lafayette?
Very much. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I have what I need?
You do.
Okay.
So behind the three of you, from that ladder, the maintenance tunnel that you called up, you can hear a noise. It sounds inhuman as something is moving up the ladder. There is another door in this room, the opposite where the ladder was, that leads into the comms deck.
I see.
Can we hear the noise from where we are below it, presumably? Oh, okay.
Is there anything in this room that's like heavy, like a drop down the ladder?
Server rack? No, it's what else is in cold storage?
There's probably like an emergency box with like a fire suppressant canister. It wouldn't be a very big one though.
And there's nothing with which to block the entrance.
Right, so
if you had the welder, you could maybe weld the door shut, but you don't have the welder.
Can you walk and research there, Toby?
I'm sorry, walk at what?
Whatever it is you're doing with your.
Can it move?
Yes. Can we expel and still be doing whatever it is you're doing?
I think I'm done. I think I've got enough time here. Yeah. We found the path. Yeah. I think it's probably out of this room, right?
Yeah.
So we open the doors.
Let's go.
Immediately, Mallory is hit with some strange interference, some kind of weird electromagnetic feedback. The comms deck has the interface with the ship's AI core, which when Voss was giving you guys the breakdown of what was going on in the station, said that the AI core was damaged.
And
Attached
there was
to
some interference around the antenna, which is up at this part too, right?
Yes. Attached to this central core processor is something that the three of you do not recognize. It is unrecognizable. For those of us who are familiar with the Alien movies, there is a secretion that is often used to formulate nests. This looks kind of like that, except it's white and almost bony colored. The room itself is also extraordinarily cold. It is almost colder than the cold storage that you were just standing in, with the vents on either side sort of venting down all of this coolant. There is ice caked up in a few places as well. What are you doing?
We need.
Is it obstructing our path?
I was gonna say we need to traverse this area.
Yes, you will have to go through this area to get to the maintenance hatch that leads to the tunnel to get to the airlock.
Let's do it.
It's not covering it.
It's not covering it, but you have to move through this room. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Let's see. I think that timing works out fairly nicely. Charlie and Steve, you guys make your way up to the admin level, which is where I
told them
think
to skip the admin level and come
and go
straight
to comms.
Oh, comms. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
If I had had more time before the interference hit, I would have told you to stop where you are and go back to the ship. But I don't know if the ship's already left dock anyway to come up to the next spot. So.
Yeah.
Did Toby send that message?
Toby, did you tell the captain to meet us up top?
That was the plan. Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. I don't know if we were like holding on to any of this stuff.
Nothing's implied.
Nothing's implied. You're right.
Fair enough.
Mallory, you this interference is starting to sound there's a familiarity in it, in that it echoes some of the characteristic tones, we'll say, of Mother.
Well, sure, she runs all the ships.
I want what should I have you roll? I want you to roll something. Look at your character sheet. This thing is now trying to influence you.
I see.
It is using a manipulation roll. 2 successes. No, 3 successes. I'm not even going to roll the rest of the die. So Mallory, you are drawn to towards this central processor, and there are some panels there. And when you get to the panel, it is instructing you to download something.
I'm going to do that.
So when you plug in, there is some. What are the two of you doing?
Mallory? Mallory? What are you doing?
I don't think I hear him. I'm too focused on my new directive.
Well, can I try to out-manipulate whatever it is that's
Yeah, I love that idea. Yeah.
Battle of wits.
More than 3 successes.
Try to get more than 3 successes. Yeah.
I got a lot of dice.
You do. You have so many dice.
The potential is there. I'm not ever gonna lie.
Yeah.
Last I saw, you had like 13 dice or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, look at this shit.
Like
12 dice.
Success, alas.
One success.
One success.
The power of automation overrules. As this bit is happening, we'll say that that's probably good timing for Charlie and Steve to have made it up to this deck. When you get to because you're coming from the opposite end, the door that you to the comms deck is covered in the same secretions that I described a moment ago, and they are blocking it.
I had the stun earlier that lets me open any door that has mechanical issues.
Yeah.
That's right, but this isn't mechanical issues. This is something that's literally been like
literally blocking it.
It's
okay.
growing over top of the door. Yeah, think like the alien hive structure. It's kind of, you'd have to cut it basically.
Does it look flammable?
I I don't really know how to discern
But
that. I mean,
that's crazy that I have something that can cut with fire.
I think
until you try.
Charlie is a discerned enough individual that they would be able to ascertain that anything's flammable if you burn it long enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Can I take my cutting torch to it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And would that be heavy machinery?
Yes.
Cool. 2 successes.
Nice.
And while I have a moment where I'm not in combat or am stressed, that was 4 out of the 5 in my main battery, and I'm going to put in the second battery I asked you to take so that my torch has 5 charges again.
Excellent. So Mallory is in the process of downloading this data. This does take a little bit of time because it's not normal. Toby and Lafayette, what are the two of you doing?
Listen, here's the thing, okay? Not to sound callous, but we could re-download her memory later. It's uploaded to the ship, so if she wants to stay behind and do this thing, we're not losing anything. Why don't we get out of here?
On board with that. Let's go.
Wow.
Catch up later, Mallory, all right?
Fuck you both.
She probably doesn't hear me. Like she,
yeah. The timing is just too perfect not to. So, as this decision has made, the 3 of you, even though that's mostly the 2 of you at this point, hear from the direction that you just came out of that cold storage, very profound, very deep hissing sound, and standing sort of in that doorway is a very tall humanoid figure. It is characteristic of the telltale xenomorph that you saw on that painting down below, but one notable difference is that it is white, again, similar to the secretion. It's the texture of its skin is very smooth, almost matte. It does not exhibit the telltale sliminess that we would necessarily be accustomed to with xenomorphic physiology, but there's a xenomorph standing in the room with the 2 of you, the 3 of you.
Same
question.
plan
Is this the room we are cutting into right now?
Yeah.
Can we hear commotion or anything, or is...
No, and at this
But
point...
the shriek echoes.
Yeah, well, yeah, the shriek, yeah, sure. Maybe you hear a noise come from the other side of the door that is unidentifiable. It was hissing, I did say.
Yeah.
But at this point, we will notice trying to use the radios is a little bit more difficult because of this feedback or this interference that is in the air here. So there is some difficulty if you were to try to be like, hey, what the heck was that noise? It would be. So Toby, Lafayette, and I guess Mallory. Well, no, Mallory, no, you're plugged in, and yeah, initiative.
Man, I don't want to fight it. I just want to run.
You can use your turn to
running is part of initiative.
It is.
I know.
The D10 again?
Yeah. Oh, come on!
What did you roll? I'm sorry, I'm not looking.
Got a 3.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, I love that.
Do you?
I do.
I'm glad you do. I don't.
Is that the creature?
That's the creature.
Yeah, this is the xenomorph.
Come on, man.
All right. So of course Charlie and Steve aren't in the room. You guys don't have to enter combat. You're not in the initiative. Yeah, you don't know what's happening. You're still.
I wasted my good roll of a
I'm
7.
sorry, you're trying to
when
cut.
they enter combat.
Yeah, you're trying to cut. Yeah, you can have that initiative if and when you enter combat.
Okay.
It's pretty close to you all. Give me some orientations, Toby and Lafayette. The room that you're in is kind of an octagonal shape. You came in through the far, flat side. That's where that little cold storage was. Behind you all is the door that they're cutting in. The maintenance tunnel that you're trying to get to is to that right side of the room if you're coming from the cold storage. Mallory is at the terminal, sort of in the center of the room.
I gotta figure I'm closer to the hatch because he stopped to address her.
Okay. So, yeah, it's going to run up on Lafayette.
Of course it is.
And it's going to grab you. Ooh, 1 success. 2 successes. So it comes running up, and you are grappled, and it is going to make one of its signature attacks.
Say, I just remembered a fun fact. Not fun for him, but a fun fact in general about this man's health.
He has 3 hit points.
Yeah.
2 left.
2
Yeah.
left.
Roll a critical injury.
How do I do that?
DC, that's a 66. Since it's on your character sheet, the D66.
Yeah.
24. Sorry, there are too many things open on my screen.
So that result can range from 11 to 66 because it's percentile style.
Wow. So it comes rushing up to you and headbutts you, and it knocks your 2 front teeth out.
Oh, man.
Oh, no more pretty smile for the company man.
Your manipulation score is down by 2.
Okay.
That's the injury. That's the most ridiculous injury.
I feel like it's for the company man who has tried to manipulate almost everyone.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of a beautiful, but you are now technically broken. So you have been headbutt by a xenomorph, by an albino xenomorph, and you are on the ground. Toby, it is your turn.
It's ladder time. It's a ladder to it, right? Is that to the hatch?
Yeah.
Oh, it's totally ladder time.
Skedaddle.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
is that a roll? Yeah, ladder hatch.
Lafayette disliked this. Lafayette will remember this.
I'm curious, how do we resolve that? Mobility, I guess? You're just making a run for it?
Isn't that
But
just
that's
a
got to be a
action?
standard action in the Alien
It
RPG.
Right?
It
Is it just a thing you do?
Well, let's see. Fast action, slow action.
Yeah. Let me look
Run.
at the...
Run. No enemy at engaged range. Runs. Fast action.
Okay, yeah,
So-
you can take your fast action to run to that ladder, yes.
Okay. Cool.
All right, you are on the ladder.
Do I get up it? Yeah. Am I on it?
You are.
Okay.
Mallory, you did not roll in this initiative.
I'm hearing symphony music.
Well,
It's the old music?
Probably, yeah.
Symphony music.
After a moment, the xenomorph standing over James's character, it regards Toby for a second, but then approaches you. And when it gets closer to you, that's when your data download finishes. And as you turn around and make eye contact, how do you make eye contact with something you can't see its eyes? You hear a very distinct message in your head. Take the data, spread the virus.
Is there an impulse with that?
To go to the ladder, to get to the ship.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, so we're back to the top of the turn order, and at this point, Charlie and Steve will have finished cutting through the door. So the door
Into this nightmare.
opens up. There is a white xenomorph standing near this tower console. Company man is on the floor. Lafayette is on the floor. Mallory is now moving towards this ladder that Toby is halfway up.
I know somebody wants to save me, right?
Roll initiative. You can keep your 7 from earlier.
Okay.
Go ahead
I have a
and join
question.
us.
Do we take stress upon seeing the xenomorph?
Yes.
Okay.
So we all should have, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, sure.
This is what you expected, right, James?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Karma.
Michael, we have to roll off because I also got a 6.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good.
you're gonna feel bad when we talk about this afterwards.
You go first.
All right. Who is Bellamy? Charlie's first. So you open the doors to see this what the fuck? What you got?
So last thing Charlie knows, do Charlie and Steve know that the ship is waiting for them up there? Did that transmission reach us before?
I think we were talking to Voss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we know that. Okay. And so we know that they're heading for the exit. Charlie has never seen this before. Has Steve ever seen or heard of a xenomorph?
I was going to ask that earlier, but then I got distracted. You tell me, Kay.
I mean, maybe, like, not up close and personal like we are now, obviously, but definitely
Very few
for
people
sure.
who have survived.
Yeah, there's definitely stories, and I feel like he's heard stories directly from people who maybe have survived it. And maybe he's been in a situation adjacent to it, but not like this. I feel like he knows enough, but
yeah, in that case, Charlie is just going to like reach and like tug on his shirt and say, "Steve, what the fuck do we do?"
There's a staircase. There's a stairwell behind us in there that we just came out of.
There's also the elevator is also that is where the elevator door to this level is as well.
We left the elevator on the other floor. The elevator's slow as shit.
It's true.
They're going up our
stairs. Steve says stairs.
Okay. but turns, goes upstairs. Good. We're going to our ladder now. And we have a copy of the map to take us to hopefully the same place.
Yeah, you have the map because I honestly never found. I don't know. I never fixed my gear, so you got the map. I'm following you.
So the two of you are choosing not to actually enter combat.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, we see that man on the floor. We said no.
So here's what I'm going.
that man.
Here's what I'm going to do.
No, thank you,
because
giant alien.
The xenomorph is, and it is behaving off of an instinct factor. I am going to roll to determine which direction it is going to make its move in. That way, there's some fairness in who it decides to point its ire towards. So it sees Charlie and Steve bolt, and it immediately, that instinct prey drive kicks in, and it is running after you. Combat is going to happen with you two, regardless. But you took your turn to run.
Yep. I think
I think the xenomorph gets a turn, right?
Fast action is run.
You can use.
And I guess I didn't take a slow action.
I was like, can slow action just be us closing the stairwell door behind us?
You can also
Well, there's
take
not a
two
there's not a
fast
door to
actions.
the stairwell.
Oh, okay, got you.
It's
And
like
we
an
can't
open-
do the other door. Yeah. So
You can move through a hatch or move through a door though as a fast action. So I would argue that moving up like into the service tunnel could be part of that.
yeah. So it's one slow action and one fast action, or two fast actions. And so I guess my two fast actions are run and move through door hatch.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, because of the initiative order, the xenomorph was going before Steve, but because
Yeah.
the two of you were together at the door, we'll have that Charlie has gotten through the door and Steve hasn't.
And then we
quite
start
made it.
combat,
Yeah.
theoretically. Okay.
So the xenomorph, which has a movement of 8, which that doesn't really mean anything in a game without maps, but the suggestion compared to everybody else's speed is, whoa, that's fast. So it comes running up, and it is going to grab Steve. 1 success, 2 successes. So it has grabbed you, Steve, and it's going to make one of its signature attacks. You're going to take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
I need to roll. Oh, you get knocked down too.
Okay.
So it comes running towards you and thrusts its tail, which kind of careens off of your shoulder and slices and knocks you down.
Unfortunate.
That's the name of the game.
Surprised it took us this long to get here, to be quite honest.
I mean, pacing is hard in a new system. I apologize.
Oh no, that's fair. I mean, just
Don't worry
as many
about it.
situations have we put ourselves in.
We're here now.
I mean, the dice have been very kind, right?
They
That's not
have
just
been.
right.
They've
The dice
been
have been
especially
generous.
kind tonight.
Agree to
I'm not-
disagree.
Nice to us
Well-
and not so nice to you.
Fair. All right, so I'm guessing that Toby is still hauling, and Mallory.
Yeah, how much longer until I get aboard the ship? Get out
So
the hatch and aboard the
you-
ship. How much longer?
So when you get up to the airlock, you're going to have to do another comm check to get this door to open. The ship has docked at this point, though, or at least the
A
umbilical.
secondary umbilical.
Yeah, some secondary umbilical.
If I mean, we're still not technically in combat, so help is not really a thing here. But also, if my ability to fiddle with security stuff from earlier helps at all, I'm absolutely willing to do this.
Well,
I mean, my comm tech is 7 to begin, so
He got up there first.
that too. So yeah, are we running that hatch? Yeah, we doing the hatch. Sorry, I wasn't.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead, open it.
Go for it.
Right.
Look at that. 3 successes. All right. Yeah. You are able to get that hatch open. And this is a smaller airlock than the probably because it's at the top of the station. It's meant for getting out to do a walk to work on the sensor array and the antennae that are at the top of the station. But the two of you are now moving into the ship, moving along the umbilical.
So we've probably lost gravity at some point.
Yeah, they're in this like the in between. Once the one door closes and the other door, that's when gravity gives up. Yeah.
So one of my successes, I'm going to use that as a stunt to grab her and toss her up in the 0G so she gets under the ship faster and then follow.
Nice. James is so mad. All right. So we're back to the top of the turn order. Toby and Mallory are now back aboard the Peregrine. Charlie, you have made it into the stairwell just in time to see this xenomorph come in like a white blur and knock Steve out of the way. It is your turn.
What were you whispering?
take the backpack.
Oh, Steve, no! Oh,
Take it.
You can use your
Can I,
action.
okay. Well, can I just flavor text also say that I ripped my dog tags off and hand them off as well?
Oh yeah, sure. You can take some of these actions out of turn, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you wanted to take an action, if you wanted to use it throwing the backpack with the dog tag as that, I think that's cinematic enough for it to be perfect.
Okay. And that's what I do, and I just say run.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's entirely on you, Charlie.
I was gonna try to save Steve!
No,
but if I try to save Steve, we're both gonna die!
Yeah, like all my shit's in that backpack. Get that money. Get that money from mine. Get the money from yours. Do whatever. Get out of this life. Get out of this life.
Do you have family?
Nah.
All right, this conversation's taking too long.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm gonna steal. You're gonna lose your turn.
Charlie's gonna run. Charlie's gonna run. Charlie's gonna run. Charlie's gonna run.
All right, Charlie, you wrestle with
Can I
throw
him my cutting torch?
Sure.
Pass off backpack cutting torch.
Fully powered. Just hit the button.
Sure, I love that.
And Kay, I'll send you the stats for using that as a weapon real quick.
Perfect. Thank you. That's very kind.
Oh no, you have an extra battery, not an extra torch. But you can get a new torch.
Oh yeah, there's probably.
I can get a new cutting torch. I just had DMing you the screenshot of it. You have 5 charges. 5 times you can do that.
All right.
1v1 is Xenomorph. Do it, King.
But I think it's the Xenomorph's turn, right?
It is.
Yeah, and you have been knocked down.
He's gonna come over and give first aid to Lafayette.
Could you imagine?
I've grown fond of you.
I will keep it as a pet.
Yikes.
He's very silly without those front teeth.
So
What's he
that's
gonna ask for Christmas, I wonder?
1 success. And it comes down. You're going to take 2 more points of damage.
Who?
Okay, so I'm at 0. Do I hit?
Give me your critical injury. Hit the 66. Let's see what we got.
Don't roll in the 6s.
44.
So the Xenomorph has kind of moved over top of you, and it thrusts its tail down. That punctures your chest, and you have a punctured lung.
I think I'm just dead.
If you do well, it's -2 to stamina and mobility, and you will die from it in a day if you don't get it treated.
Listen, I'm
See, I don't feel so bad now. I only lost
Charlie, I need a mobility roll.
You got it, boss.
Toby and Mallory, what are you doing once you're aboard the ship? What are we saying to Voss?
I think Mallory walks.
Does Voss have pants on?
No.
Of course not. I think that Mallory walks directly to her seat and buckles herself in.
What does Toby do?
So I'm gonna get to the controls. We have 2 drones. I'm gonna fire up the drones.
Okay.
And I'm gonna send them into the complex.
Oh, okay.
1 to him and 1 to where my last known position for those 2.
Okay. It is worth noting that the drones are basically just scanners. They're not like robots.
Well, I mean, how big are they?
Probably about like soccer ball or basketball sized.
Fair enough, though.
Are you going to try to pilot the drone as a weapon?
See, if I can get the drone, I can distract the Xenomorph from once. If I can get the drone and support him, at least stand up and get him up the ladder. You know? That's my idea.
That's creative. I like
that is creative, and I want to reward that.
I'm hoping that's a piloting check.
So yes,
it
give me a
sounds like
piloting
check to me.
Yeah, give me a piloting check.
Save the asshole.
I'm pushing it.
Push.
Push it.
Push it real good.
Oh,
Ooh.
What does that mean
One
when you have one success and one panic? Does it mean you succeed, but you have
It doesn't
to
matter.
Panic
The panic is
overrules.
dead.
it's a panic.
Panic is dead.
Oh, panic
So,
negates everything.
You got a
Give me your-
D6
yeah.
plus stress. D6 plus 5.
D6 plus 5.
8.
Oh no.
So 8. It's not so
Oh,
bad.
Not so good either.
So a -2 to your agility rolls, and because it's a fail, here's how this is going to play out. These movies tend to end poorly, but A for effort.
But also, Charlie got 2 successes on mobility.
Yeah, so Charlie, you get up there with the quickness, and you are able to navigate that. We'll say that success in your mobility is really what is able for you to get on the other side of this. But as the second drone comes in, it actually clips the edge of the umbilical anchor and depressurizes it, and the depressurization causes the Peregrine to start to careen. So you're going to need to make another piloting check to try to stabilize it.
I'm so glad I put
Wait.
on my seatbelt.
The hatch on the other end of the ship on the Reliquary seals. On board the Reliquary, we have 2 characters who technically aren't dead. And this is how this works in these universes. So the xenomorph picks up Steve with just frightening ease and carries them back into the comm suite with Lafayette, and begins to put their bodies into the secretion, the nesting. And then after a few moments, a very strange egg, ovomorph, is produced from you. I don't know, you aren't conscious. None of this really matters. And the 2 of you get implanted by some kind of strange experimental xenomorph. What was that piloting check, Toby?
I just wanted to double check.
See
So
if
here
you
we
can
go.
Save the door. Save the day.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Oh fuck. I was like 3 successes, but I didn't see the panic roll.
1
You
panic.
know.
All right, so
Wait,
that's
it's 11.
Seat cover. That's perfect. So we'll say this is great. All right, so
Here's the thing.
depressurization. Oh, what you got? Ooh.
Hold on, no.
Okay,
I have
okay.
the talent hold my nerve. I can reduce my total by a D6.
You can reduce your. Say that again. You cut it. You garbled up.
I can reduce the panic by a D6.
Oh, okay.
So less 3. So that's just 8. Once more.
Okay. Okay.
Well done, you.
So it's still not good, but
Clearly
at
all
least.
understand this game way better than I do. Well done.
Okay, so here's because of where the Reliquary was in position above the planet, it was pretty close to the upper atmosphere. We talked about how the upper atmosphere was ionized, and the weird ionization that was happening, the weird electromagnetic interference was happening at the top of this station. We'll say that is probably interfering a little bit with the Peregrine systems. And now the Peregrine is careening planet side. You are able, with your reducing that panic to a tremble, to get some control of the ship, so the ship is not going to crash, but it is going to be a very rough landing. We will learn the fate of these characters, these survivors, at another date. Because that's it. It is 10:45. And this is really just level 1 of a campaign arc that I have in mind. So
We're setting up for a sequel, obviously.
Yeah, so we're setting up for the sequel.
This is a franchise.
We will. It is. That's a true statement. We will chat away from here and figure out a schedule, because I would definitely want to tell more of this story, and I want y'all to find all of the terrible things waiting for you on the planet below.
Fun shots are a thing.
And figure out what the deal is with this thing that Mallory downloaded. Yeah.
We
Somebody
have
can play
all
boss
the
next time.
info. We have the info that Charlie and Steve have.
Yeah.
But not
Awesome.
what I had.
No one cares, company boy.
I think it's a fun exercise with this game. Well, good job to the survivors. Good job to the dead folks for being dead and playing along and having a good time to tell this fun story. One of my favorite things about the game is the hidden agendas. Do you all want to share what your hidden agendas were?
Yeah, I wanted my story points, man. You didn't hand out any story points.
No, because we're not. That wasn't. It's too short. It's too short.
Well, if the hidden agendas are still in progress and we're hoping to revisit this, then we better leave it. I guess the dead people can reveal theirs.
Yeah, I guess that's true. That's true.
Steve,
But the dead people can. Yeah.
We'll say us dead people can.
Unless you want to leave that legacy to.
No.
No, I'm happy to share
your
mine.
protege.
Okay, but you go ahead. If you want to go first.
So mine is I was contacted by a black market weapons smuggler. USMC doesn't always provide the best gear. They're looking for any weapon tech and will offer top dollar for a prototype or technical documents.
Cool.
Makes sense.
I don't know if you heard us, Bellamy, Eve, but we decided. Oh, okay. I couldn't remember what your headphone situation was.
Yep.
All right.
James.
Jimmy James.
So I was a corporate saboteur, actually working against Weyland-Yutani.
No, company boy! Interesting. Why didn't you put it out there at all?
Well, I wouldn't, because you all work for the company.
We didn't give a shit about that company. I felt like that was obvious.
I was trying to obtain data about replicants made by the Tyrell Corporation, and I got it, but I died. So
For those of you outside of the nerdy know, and we talked about this a little bit last night, Bellamy. The Tyrell Corporation is the center corporation at the story from Blade Runner. Blade Runner is a fun fact. Takes place in the same universe as Alien, at least in regards to. It is a Ridley Scott film, and the Weyland-Yutani logo is in a few places in the original Blade Runner.
Canon.
And it's one of my favorite movies. And I had this idea for a crazy narrative wherein the Weyland-Yutani Corporation did a hostile takeover of Tyrell, which would have been easy after the terrible PR that they received from that last incident with that guy who looked like Ryan Gosling. Anyway, so I got to thinking, what can I bring to the Alien universe that the Alien movies haven't already brought? And it seemed really obvious, a replicant xenomorph.
That's crazy.
Figured that's what it was going to be.
Yeah.
You should have put little origami unicorns everywhere.
We didn't look hard enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's origami face huggers everywhere.
In fact, the actual face huggers look like they're made of folded paper.
I'm actually, it's very rare that I feel a regret this quickly. I'm regretting not putting origami face huggers somewhere, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
But yeah. No, you let the actual not company man die. Congratulations, Steve.
Well,
Listen, you could have said something.
Yeah, I could have.
You didn't have to be so pro company, you know?
I look forward to the next
He's working his angle.
I was deep undercover. Can't blow my cover.
Want to share their agenda?
Say that again.
Was Bellamy going to share their agenda?
No, I'm alive.
Let's.
Oh, you're alive. I thought. Oh, sorry. I thought you both. Never mind.
Let's keep let's keep those in suspense, because I can draw on the survivors hidden agendas for the time when we inevitably reconvene. That's all I got. That's all I got. This has been the May edition of Once Upon a One Shot. Alien RPG is from Free League Publishing. It is an amazing game. I promise I'm going to learn the system better so that things can run a little bit smoother and a little bit quicker. Pacing is a hard thing. It even says that in the book, the guide. It's like pacing is hard in this game. But I had a good time.
This was fantastic.
You all were so
Great,
entertaining.
Michael.
Yeah, this was so much fun. I hope that you'll all agree to come back and play again. That's all I got. Hey, Meg and James, what else we got coming up from Grimstone?
Well, first of all, if you want to participate in Once Upon a One Shot yourself, all you have to do is join our Discord community, and we have a Once Upon a One Shot channel. Anyone in the Discord can suggest a game, put out a call to adventure, and we'll produce it, and anyone in the Discord can volunteer to play, whether you've ever played the game, ever streamed before, ever run the game before. That's what the show is all about. We do it once a month. Next month we have Ironbound first or Plaguebound first? I can't remember. We're playing the Grimwood games the next 2 months.
Ironbound is first.
July. We're playing Ironbound next month, and we're playing Plaguebound in July, and then we will be polling the community to see which of those games will be going into a slightly longer adventure on Tabletop Turntable. So don't miss it.
We are back with Essentia this coming Tuesday. Things are going to come to a head. Going to be a fun role-play session, I can already tell. And then the following Tuesday, we'll be back with the next installment of The Crypt Has Opened. Super fun game. We're having so much fun with that. I can't thank my players enough. Kay, Bellamy, Eve, Andrew, James, Meg, thanks so much.
We have merch.
We have merch. I'm not wearing it because of the game, but hey.
You can get it at ttrpgswag.com/pages/Grimstone Gaming. Go do it.
Yeah. Join the Discord community. Come play with us. We have so much fun. And one of the things that we have really been trying to harp on is that it's important to never stop playing. Bye, everybody.
Good night.